Gear Mondays, the greatest Metal Gear podcast ever.
I don't agree with you.
Releasing on Monday, every Monday.
How did you patch into my radio frequency?
Stinks in here. Bad.
Ladies, gearsmen, babies, and gentlethems, you're listening to Metal Gear Mondays, the most comprehensive Metal Gear podcast on the internet. So comprehensive that we've all blown Bubba. And as always, I am your host, Alessio Summerfield. And this week I am joined by James Reichmuth.
Tasty. That's what I have to say about that.
And Lily on our right.
So in this context, who's Bubba? Thank you. Hi.
Decoy Octopus is Bubba.
Oh, okay.
How are you guys doing?
I'm good.
A dude disguised as a dude dresses another dude.
Blowing and
Blowing an unsuspecting other dude.
no, if this
Unsuspecting.
if this was a Kojima game, Bubba would be an acronym, and it would actually cast a new light on everyone you've ever spoken to in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the first time that we're recording a proper episode in. If you get the joke, you get the joke. That we'll just leave it at that. We don't need a lore describe.
Is this since Portland?
No. Is it? No. We recorded. We recorded one since. Yeah. Anyway, we've had to push scheduling because if you can't tell, we've all been sick in some form or fashion.
Everybody getting sick.
I've literally been sick for like 12 days starting today.
Yeah,
It's actually so cool because like everybody else has gotten sick, and normally I'm the one that gets sick and has to push things. So like I did also get sick, but I didn't have to broach the subject because everybody else was sick. So then it became everybody else's responsibility and not mine.
Nice. And if you're listening to this, you should make sure to sanitize your ears afterwards because you might get sick as well.
Yeah, we're going to be blowing some knowledge in your ear.
Yeah. Blowing some knowledge just like blowing Bubba.
Just to close the loop on this, the moment that I read the story about the Bubba thing, I could not stop laughing.
It was incredible. It was
pretty good.
Just a great morning.
That's like the full embrace of the chaos that I yearn for every day. Just pure. I need that level of chaos, not like
unadulterated.
Not like the painful. God damn it, where are the adults? Chaos. I need just like, oh no, we're doing this. Levels of chaos.
It was just happening. There's been a lot of chaos happening in the political.
It's been chaotic
recently.
Chaotic a little bit here.
Yeah,
it's been a lot. Speaking of chaos, we have a new $10 patron. Does somebody want to give the Patreon spiel while I get the books cooked?
Yeah, that's how they got Nixon, I think. Speaking of
not getting us yet.
So we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays, and you can go there to support us if you'd like. For $1 a month, you get access to the Discord, which is a very cool Discord full of cool people that is very funny, and that's very neat. And then for $5 a month, you get access to the Patriot Club, which is a special monthly podcast we do with our Discord mods, Chad and Nick. And coming soon, additionally, James Reichmuth will be joining us.
Hell yeah.
Circle the Docket.
We can't get him out of here. He's just always here now.
Yeah. He's just like clinging
They
to
live in the walls.
This like fucking guy.
He's like a silverfish. He's just
he's like a rat. He's like a rat.
He's like a rat in the walls.
Some sort of DJ Rat King.
we're going to be talking about Alan Wake 2 very soon on our next episode of the Patriot Club. So get in
An incredible game.
It's very good.
So do
Alessio's
that.
I'm going straight like freebase cocaine level hosting on that episode.
Listen, if you ever want to see and hear Alessio at his most autistic, tune into the Alan Wake 2 episode, and that's gonna be like peak for you.
Yeah, my psychologist is gonna be like, "Do you want to come take an evaluation?" Like that's where we're at.
It's every time Alessio just like doesn't get an obvious joke, I'm just like. It's just one of those things. No, so we're going to be talking about Alan Wake 2 as our next episode, and then we're going to be doing our own one for us after that. So we haven't decided what that's going to be yet, but we will soon. And then for $10 a month, you get video. So video of this podcast, video of the Patriot Club,
special video related some things maybe down the pipe.
Yes, which we're going to be talking about soon. But yeah, it's basically the video tier. And on top of that, if you join at the $10 tier, you can be the sponsor of an episode. It's a name we draw randomly. Yeah. But we've got one this week. Alessio, what do you got?
Reed Jordan.
Shout out Reed.
I believe that Reed is coming back. So thank you, Reed, for assisting and supporting, and then supporting again. So it's incredibly helpful. Thank you so much.
The prodigal son.
And then on top of all of that, you also have access to all of the content that we put on Patreon. At any tier, you can access this from before 2025. So
it's a lot of years. You know how many years came before 2025?
A ton of content. There's like some videos on there. There's 65 episodes of the Patriot Club that we did before this.
What's your favorite of the 65?
Don't sleep on the thank you videos that you see that are up there. We used to have like a tier where you got thank you videos from all of us. One of the thank you videos is like an hour and a half long, and it's me just straight doing a DJ set from like a multi-camera setup. Yeah. So like definitely check that one out. That's pretty good.
I did like a really like low budget like Marvel Cinematic Universe. This was back then, but like Sam Will Return.
Oh, nice.
Thing when I lived in Seattle. So go to patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays to be a part of that.
James, to answer your question of which of the James had asked which of the 65 was our favorite.
Oh God.
Yeah, do you have one that comes to mind, Lily?
The one that comes to mind specifically is the one we did about Murdered Soul Suspect.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was a game for
what
sure.
A game.
That was a game. A game that I almost went back. Like I think like it's not a good game, but I did almost platinum that game because
that's
I was
incredible. Like, did we do one on the weird Willem Dafoe Elliot Page game?
We did.
We did.
We absolutely did.
Yeah.
We also did one on the Jordan Peele film Us. That was pretty good.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm pretty sure it was just me venting about the editing that I would have done to completely fix the back half of that movie. But we got some pretty good stuff.
We did one about Horizon where we riled ourselves up so bad that we like kind of convinced ourselves that we hated Horizon. Yeah. And then after the fact, we're just like, we actually don't mind Horizon. Why were we so mean to Horizon?
I have started Horizon Zero Dawn 5 times now and gotten slightly further each time, but have not finished that game.
I have platinumed Zero Dawn. I have tried to start Forbidden West so many times. And just
Forbidden West is pretty good.
A listener sent me a free copy of Forbidden West, so I feel like I'm obligated to.
You are,
but you also have to play Zero Dawn.
No, that's what I'm saying. I need to finish that to get to. So I'll definitely do that. Speaking of listeners sending me stuff, Liquid Metal Mike sent me 2 Metal Gear prints randomly out of the blue recently. So I'm gonna go get those for. I'm gonna go get those for video tier. Yeah. So you guys talk about something for a second, and I'll go grab this.
I'm gonna talk about something.
Yeah, I am going to talk about something.
Mike Nelson, and I feel comfortable saying Mike's full name because Mike said
government name.
This is government. He's doing this government. But never sends me shit. Mike's known me as long as Mike's known Alessio, and I don't ever get shit.
Yeah, but I'm the only dumbass who gives people my address. So, all right, here we go.
Whoa,
those are sexy.
sick.
Yeah, it's Cyborg Ninja and Solid Snake.
I really like the Cyborg Ninja one.
Yeah, same.
That was bizarre.
Where did he get those from?
I don't know. He just randomly mailed them to me. He didn't even tell me what he was sending. He just was like, "What's your address?" And I was like, "Please don't kill me."
Don't bring a knife.
Yes, exactly. It's Greg Eagles that voices Ninja in MGS1, right?
Yeah, George Bird.
So if we ever meet Greg Eagles, I'm gonna make him sign this.
Watch out, Greg. I know you're listening.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's
Thanks, Mike.
Greg Eagles.
Nice. So yeah, I think other than that, we should probably talk about the PRGE episode really quickly because that is now on the horizon. I am downloading the last of the media from the wonderful AV team at PRGE this evening. And so the goal is, by the time you're listening to this episode, if you're listening on release, the PRGE episode will probably be releasing the following day. That is the goal. We're going to include both of our panels, the primary panels, right? So like MGS Cast and then David Hayter. We're not including our live episode because that is like 2 hours in and of itself. The other panels are yeah. The other panels are 45 minutes a piece. Yeah. And then we're including a Paul Eiding interview in between those two panels.
Mm-hmm.
But
so the plan is for this, you're listening to the story finale of Delta right now. And then we're going to do release PRGE episode just kind of whenever it happens. And then we've got we're going to talk about like all this, like we're going to talk about our experiences with Fox Hunt, Secret Theater, Snake versus Monkey, all the extra stuff. And then our finale for the year is going to be our live episode at PRGE. So ton of fun. We're going to take a little bit of a holiday break and then we're going to be back in the new year with Metal Gear Solid 2 Remastered featuring Chad Betteridge.
Oh,
yeah. Who played Metal Gear Solid 2 for the first time ever this year.
Yeah, and then following that, we will let you guys know probably at the beginning of the year what we're going to be covering. We do want to revisit Death Stranding doing the director's cut for the original game at some point. And we definitely have on the docket that we want to play Snatcher and Police Knots, as well as the Silent Hill 2 remake. So those are all on the books. We're just figuring out like the order that they're going to be happening. Yeah. So get stoked for that. Yeah. Apologies if I sound like I'm holding back tears at any point. It's because I'm battling a cough.
Because he is.
And I don't want to cough. God damn it.
It's because he's a little wussy pussy.
He's very sad.
Little baby binky boobop boy.
We can see the tears welling up in his eyes.
I don't want to get high, guys. He's not more high.
Blow the smoke in his face.
He's not gay no more. He's delivered.
So on that note, do we want to talk about the last part of this video?
Hell yeah, we do.
I think it's time.
So real quick before we get in here, I double backed on myself from the original PS2 version because I was behind on that version. And I just want to quickly clarify that I'm not this much of a shitty wussy lowercase G American gamer American. I wasn't getting.
Would it be capital G?
Not in this case, because that's my beta. That's the beta version.
Gotcha.
I wasn't getting my ass kicked by Volgan last episode. I was just running out of time using the punches and the tranquilizers. So I definitely characterized that incorrectly. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know if I was just like being a dumbass and not using like primo melee windows or something. But I had him so close, and then the fucking bomb would go off. It happened like twice. But anyway,
I think what you need to do is get good and have his first phase just be completely glitched, and
yeah.
you won't have any problems going forward.
I need the PlayStation to be like, you are a true gamer, and then just fast forward through the first round.
Unless with me, capital double G, girl gamer.
Yeah.
Over here,
bathwater providing, double G.
Bathwater providing, double G, girl, double capital G, girl gamer.
All American girl gamer.
All American bitch, girl gamer. Lily.
You know, an AABGG.
That's one of my favorite Olivia Rodrigo songs, by the way, is All American Bitch. That's a great song.
Oh, is that a song? Nice.
It is a song, yeah. It's fantastic.
When I was growing up, we called it American Woman, okay? We had a little respect. I
don't know if I'd classify Lenny Kravitz as somebody that...
Oh, I was talking about the original from the 70s, but that's fine.
The original from the 70s. So when I was growing up, and then you throw back to the 70s version.
That's right.
Of course. You gotta go even. So funny enough, by the way, I just checked. The Guess Who sing that song are fucking Canadian. That's so good. That's so good. Anyway, all right. So we should pick it up right where Snake and Eva were hugging in the rain, which I moronically last episode said that they kissed, and it didn't look like Barbie dolls mashing their faces against each other. That is much later, and that is happening in this episode.
Yeah.
So get your dicks out and your beans flicking ready, because Eva's gonna eat a snake off camera. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But yes,
I hope y'all like bikes, bro.
Yeah, we're on bike city.
Can we talk about this actually? So it came up during the fox hunt stuff.
I hope we do.
Literally, we were like, nope, moving on. We didn't talk too much about it last episode, I don't think, just because we were talking about like the sort of awe of experiencing the motorcycle chase for the first time. Mm-hmm. The aiming sucks ass.
Oh, the aiming's garbage.
Oh god, it's awful.
Yeah.
So anytime you're like, oh, I'm going to hold L2 now because I need to ready my weapon, and it's like not even remotely where you're looking.
Nowhere even close. Yeah. If not for the spectacle of the scene, it would be very frustrating.
Yeah.
It is kind of frustrating.
And then if I tried to like R1 it and spin around, you move so slow.
Mm-hmm. You take your sweet fucking time.
I don't know if y'all have gone back to do this, but it was already bad enough trying to collect the Karopis and the Gakkos in the airstrip section. It's so much worse here.
Mm-hmm.
It's
interesting. I'm halfway through a New Game Plus trying to collect all the secret theaters, and I've been doing the other guys at the same time, and like, it's
for this section, like you almost have to switch it to, for all the bike stuff, I just say you almost have to switch it to like very easy. So that like the damage coming at you doesn't do shit, because it's just like the only way you're going to be able to line up your shots and like be able to actually like take it.
Yeah. Well, I've had to do so many fucking saves, by the way. I've got like a save at every single cutscene, essentially. Just like trying to do like secret shit or like end game stuff or whatever. I will say, if you're listening and you're like, I'm going to get a platinum trophy, other than the Foxhound one, you actually don't. You can get to all of them, I think, on very easy.
Oh, well.
So if you're just doing like a cleanup run, I think you can just switch that shit to very easy.
Nice.
Just ride.
Yeah.
But
yeah, for the most part, like I was able to, I did most of the Gakkos and the Karopis during my my actual playthrough, but I was just like, fuck this, because it's just so bad. So like literally, I went back. Like I had, because again, I had like saves. I went back to those saves, bike sections, and then switch it to very easy just to be able to do it, because like lining up the shots with a sniper rifle while you're like in motion, and then the movement is so slow. It's just like I'm not even gonna bother dealing with this.
Yeah. I saw a couple just like out of the corner of my eye the first time I did it. And I was like, motherfucker, there he was.
Mm-hmm. And they just like whip by. So if you're not like,
it's fast.
Johnny,
I did not get them.
Yeah.
They whipped right by me. And I was like, all right, see ya.
Yeah. I think I was pretty hardcore about like not moving on to the next area until I got them up until the fight with the end, I think. And then from then on, I was like, fuck it. Like if we ball, we ball. But if not,
I legit was able to get all of them up to a point. I think especially because in the Volgan fight, because of his glitch thing, I was able to get the ones in that arena.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
There was like nothing. Mm-hmm. There was nothing in the game up until the bikes that like prevented me from doing it, and I was just like,
nice.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
this sucks.
Yeah, so this motorcycle part, I mean, it's really kind of more of the same, but you're in the woods. And
it's like kind of identical. It felt like, I don't know. For me, I got this like a weird sense of deja vu where I was like, I feel like I just did this.
Yeah, it's not as long, thankfully. It almost feels like it's strictly just there for the story beat that's going to happen, which I kind of feel like could have just been a cutscene, but then gamer Americans would be up in arms.
Not the gamer Americans.
Not the gamer Americans.
This gameplay section could have been email.
Yeah. Exactly. I will say those little fuckers on the jet podiums.
Like the
hover soldiers.
Yeah, the hover TED Talk. The BYOTD.
Nice segue, fucking nerd.
Yeah, the fucking Segway dorks. They suck to hit through the fucking trees.
I really hate those guys.
Yeah,
probably my least favorite enemy in the game.
Thank God you have infinite ammo during this entire section.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Lily, didn't you do like a full pacifism run?
Yeah.
How did you not kill people here?
Because in this section, so it doesn't count it in this section.
You can commit a little murder as a treat occasionally, depending on the circumstances.
So listen,
that's what Kojima was telling us.
When you're on the bike, you don't kill anybody until you fall in love or fall dead. So
yeah,
you know what I mean.
I mean, it's just like normal America. As long as you're on a motorcycle, laws don't apply to you anymore.
So true.
It's the rule of cool. Yeah. So it's honestly a little bit worse because you can't like shoot them. Like you can shoot them. So lethally, you can shoot their machines, and the machines crash, and that doesn't count. Or you can like try and like ping them with the trank stuff. And then again, it works the same way as the airstrip, where if you blow up the bike and they crash the bike, that also doesn't count. So there's like they accounted for this when you were,
I see,
when you're in the middle of doing it. Yeah,
nice.
So
but yeah, I mean, it's very from a cinematic standpoint. Very cool. Like I can't stress enough. This is cool. And by the time it does get to a point where it feels like it's wearing out its welcome, maybe like, I think for me, it was like right at the moment that it wore out its welcome, they usher you out with a cutscene.
Yeah.
Because the woods feel like they go on a little too long.
Yeah. Cause basically what it is you start from where the battle with the Shagohod was. You go through this like mountain, this like craggy like mountain area. Then you go into some woods. And that part did feel like it dragged on quite a bit.
The wood part in particular, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you go even further down and it's more woods, but it's more like a swamp than it is like woods.
That part in particular, for some reason, feels like an arcade light gun game. Like I feel like we should be in like a little box with a curtain. Just like
absolutely.
Yeah. The DualSense shifts and morphs into one of those old like time cop guns and you're fucking off to the races.
Do you guys ever do sex stuff in those arcade boxes with the curtain?
Oh yeah.
Do like an arcade game?
For sure.
You say sex stuff?
Yeah. I never did because I was too stoked on the games.
I did.
Nice.
The weirdest place I've ever done sex stuff was on the Ferris wheel on the pier in Seattle.
I'm having a panic attack if I'm on a Ferris wheel. So what the fuck are you talking about?
It's the power of horny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like it's like going to a scary movie for a date, right? You're like, I'm so scared, but you're right here and you make me feel safe.
Yeah.
I also love this. Like I'm a Ferris wheel. A Ferris wheel is giving you a panic attack.
Oh my god, I hate Ferris wheels. I
You're
rode
like
one
deathly
recently.
afraid of heights, right?
I guess I am. Honestly, the Ferris wheel was worse than any of the roller coasters I did recently.
Weird. I guess
Whoa,
it's
that
the
is
emotion
very
of it.
weird.
It's like
Yeah.
you have more time to think about how high you're going. on the
Well, and
Ferris
it's
wheel.
specifically if the Ferris wheel's like continuous, it's fine, but it's when they take you to the top and they stop you for a while.
Oh,
They're like loading
What?
people on the bottom. I'm
You
like,
also,
no.
but like the ones you're probably thinking about are like probably like those like carnival ones that are like they like shake violent like
Well,
this.
those are really bad.
Yeah. The
But I'm
one on
talking
the
about this
roof
was,
of the
like,
City
getting
Museum
close.
is
Yeah, fuck the one on the City Museum.
Oh God!
When
Yeah.
it says
they
like don't
close
rock, it's like,
on.
why can't I rock? They should have figured that out. You can't expect me to not rock. I'm in the air. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm fucking rocking
I'm
out.
gonna fucking rock out.
I'm gonna fucking party rock is what's happening right now. Y'all need to figure out your logistics, friend. Hell yeah! No, it was just like it was a date, and you just go on and you're just looking out at the water in Seattle, and sometimes you just gotta
Sometimes it's
get
Final
touched.
Fantasy VII and you're
Yeah,
just
sometimes you just gotta start
vibing.
making out. Sometimes you gotta start making out and grabbing parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Hey,
I hear you.
and he holds a goal. Anyway, no, yuck. James, you should go do this.
Listen, you're so right, bestie.
James, you should go to London and do the real big one.
Yeah,
The one where you can like
That
park a
one's-
car in each of the fucking containers.
Yeah, that one's cool as shit.
well, you're in the container, right?
It's expensive as fuck.
Yeah,
a little bit better.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
like, it's like a $60 Ferris.
That's
wheel.
crazy.
Well,
So
that's what I'm
there's
saying.
no wheel.
The Seattle one is you're also in you're in the container too. It's just individual.
There's one that opened in St. Louis where you're in the container, and honestly, it was kind of worse.
Oh, interesting.
I kept imagining, I was like, if this thing plummets to the ground, like that's also not going to feel great.
It's called the London Eye, right? The
Yeah,
one in
the one.
It's called the London. I'm not riding that thing.
Yeah. I can't remember because it was so long ago. Does it have like clear floors or no?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Nice. It was like Coca-Cola sponsored, so I remember just feeling like I was in a fucking Coke commercial the entire time.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, let's
Yeah.
subsidize our healthcare with Coca-Cola money. That'd
That's
be
right.
fun, right?
Did we go up in the Space Needle when you came to visit Seattle, Alessio? I can't remember.
No, we went to that breakdance contest at the bottom of the space.
That's right. That's right. We did. Yeah. So after no context, we're not
That
explaining
shit was
at all.
fire, by the way.
That was dope. It was dope. No, so they remodeled the thing. So now when you go up to the top of the Space Needle, like you can look straight down
Okay.
Oh,
at
wow.
the ground, which is pretty cool. And I was looking. I remember the time after I went. So it was like the last time I went up in the Space Needle. I parked somewhere and I was looking straight down at my car.
That's hilarious.
It was
That's
pretty
crazy.
Yeah, last thing on carnivals. Have you ever been to one that has had like the fireball? It's almost like it's like a Ferris wheel, but you're in these fucking cages that are also spinning, and it's like imagine a Ferris
I know what
wheel,
you're
but
talking
instead
about.
of
I've
like
seen this.
it's like 4 or 5 like hubs that each
Yeah.
have their own spokes that are also going. Anyway, it's fucking nuts, and that's where my love of amusement park rides where you just scream, like
Yeah.
amusement park ride as like way to exercise your soul.
Yeah.
I love that. Like you just get on the craziest roller coaster you can find and you just scream bloody murder like you're
You
gonna
have to.
die. It's so good.
Yeah.
There's
sorry, go
the
ahead.
newest roller coaster at Kings Island is like it's called Orion, and it's like so fucking tall, and the drop is like almost fucking vertical. It's like
Holy shit.
That's my
1
hell.
degree off of vertical.
Yeah,
down.
that reminds me of the Goliath, which I went to at the Six Flags in Georgia. It was like my first big boy roller coaster. I just like went all in. I screamed such fucked up swears and phrases that the people behind me in the photo that it shows you afterwards looked visibly uncomfortable. Like they were staring at me. Like I was making them more uncomfortable than the roller coaster was.
I love that.
It was amazing. It was like it was like Will Forte from the I'm a Demon, like Tim and Eric, like Fever Dream, Nightmare mattress commercial.
Love that one.
It was wonderful. A lot of like, where is my son? Energy. Anyway, but yeah, so our two fucking geniuses are not looking at the road whatsoever. They're looking at a hole in Eva's. Yeah, they're like, Snake's like, oh, I'm glad we got out of that one, and Eva's like, don't be so sure. And there's a huge bullet hole fucking N64 decal on the side of her gas tank, and it's just full glug. I'm talking like gallons of gas are coming out. And both of them
more gas than that vehicle can hold.
It is so funny because it's just like, because the way that they do it I don't know if it's this awkward in the original or not, Alessio, but like basically what happens is you get to the end of that swamp section, they full
send. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say they
them Duke boys.
They Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
Which is, you know what? It's what
working in a bottling plant. Fuck,
I like that.
It's not what I mean, but it's what I mean. They Laverne and Shirley it over the fucking ridge. Eva launches the motorcycle over, and then for some reason they go through two areas without anything happening. It's just like cinematically like following and without anything going on. Yeah. And then they finally get to the cutscene where Snake's like, well, it looks like we lost him. And Eva's like, don't celebrate yet. We're leaking fuel. And then, they both like cartoonishly like, and it's in the original game as well. They both like cartoonishly like lean their entire bodies into the gas tank to like see what's happening. And they hold it for like an uncomfortable amount of time. And then they both look up and see the tree at the same time. And it's like eyes go big, jaw unhinges, tongue rolls out. Like they hit the log and they go flying. Snake does like 6 rotations.
Yeah, Snake goes full fucking
full cartoon.
Yeah, he full like quaps through the fucking air.
Like, oh my god!
Beans.
Yeah. And then Eva gets penetrated by a tree. Eva gets wood, but not snakes. We should actually. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. No, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the fucking sickos out there. By the way, speaking of Eva being penetrated, that are up in arms that Eva's boobs don't jiggle in this game.
Oh,
are people complaining about that?
Yeah, so I looked it up. I just because I wanted to make sure that her. So spoiler alert, you're going to be escorting her through this section of the game.
We're gonna what?
And hey, it kind of sucks as much as I remember it sucking.
Yeah, it's not.
I hate escort missions.
Not great.
Like it better.
Stop doing water levels. Stop doing escort missions. Like we're done with it.
Yeah.
I don't mind a water level if it ends with we managed to avoid drowning.
Yeah.
That's
but this was in the original game and it's in this one. If you pause and you go into the X-ray viewer or like whatever the cure viewer, when you're with Eva, you also get her unit in there, and you can you can put it into X-ray mode or whatever. So there was censorship in the original. If you put it into X-ray mode, she has fake breasts, and so you could see the fake breasts through the X-ray and could like literally see nipples and stuff. So they took that part out, but they also clearly
they took that out, but they won't fix the fucking escort mission, so it's not shit.
Yeah. But the only reason why I say all this is because just like with Snake, where you have a history tab that shows like every wound you've ever received, every item you've ever eaten, Eva also has that. And spoilers for the end of this episode, I guess, but you see all of her meals that she had in the lead up to the beginning of the game. And it's like hyper fancy shit, hyper like, and it's all like, it goes like all French, Parisian, and then like Chinese, very high-end Chinese food, and just all this stuff. But midway through it, it starts listing just like random medical procedures that she's received. And breast augmentation is one of them. And that's always been the case.
Yeah.
And And so anyway, with all this stuff and the fact that they hit you with the big like, sorry guys, we're preserving history. Sorry if it's racy at the beginning of the game. All these people are up in arms that they're like, but well, the boobs don't move when I shake the camera around.
Well, let me
I'm wondering, is that more in line with reality though? Like, if she was like all fake, it wouldn't.
Kind of the bit is that like augmented breasts don't tend to like. If you're augmenting them in the way that Eva is for the purposes Eva probably augmented them for, they don't really jiggle like that. No.
Also, she's wearing like a tightly tied fucking swimsuit.
Also, it's 2025. Go to the fucking internet, guys.
Literally, just go to the internet and look. You can look up porn of Eva on the internet.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You can get as much jiggle as you want. It's
Shut up.
It's okay.
But guys,
put yourself to bed.
Jiggle in the original one? Did they jiggle in the?
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah.
Go play the original one if you want to.
For science purposes,
we didn't take the original from you.
Around.
It's still there.
I will say
it's more realistic.
When you beat Delta, it unlocks one of the coolest things I've seen since the last Resident Evil remake. But it unlocks a full model viewer.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
But it's like everybody. It's crazy. It's like every fucking character model in the game. That's you can just like manipulate them and stuff.
I love shit like that. That's my favorite part of Super Smash is like all the little museum you can unlock.
It's very that coded. Yeah. But from the jump, you get like full bathing suit. Eva, the like pervs just go look at that. Shut the fuck up.
Model view. Beat the game. Go to the model viewer. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. But anyway, so from there, my favorite is like Eva's like bleeding out of her mouth. Clearly has like a tree limb sticking out of her, and she's like, "Snake, how does it look?" And Snake just no hesitation goes, "Pretty bad." And she's like, "What?" She's like, "How are you?" And he just goes, "I'm fine." And I'm just like, dude.
I think my favorite thing about that too is like he's just like I never thought I'd see you look this weak. Just like, no, she is dying.
He just keeps. And then they one up it where he's like trying to like kind of pep talk her and they're like, no, you got this. You can pull through. And she's like, I don't know. I don't think I can. And he's like, I need you. And she's like, what?
Say it again.
And he's like, I need you.
Yeah,
I can't fly the wig by myself. And she's just like, wah, wah. Like there's like an audible fart. Like Kojima's back there being fucking.
It's such a good
Will Angus from Almost Friday, like in the fucking Impractical Jokers, just being like fart.
Oh my god, right? It was funny the first time that like this bit happened earlier in the game, but like I love it every time.
The full commit is so good.
It's just so funny to me. I'm like, that's.
But then we get the victory lap of another fun gag that we've had the whole game, which is Snake just full spurging out about the fucking gun he's handing her.
Oh my god.
He's just like, no, but this one, the gas canister, you got to make sure you move your hand away and blah. And she's like, Snake, I'm dying.
Bleeding blood on the ground, visceral blood, and
you can hear the dripping of the blood, and it's like,
she's bleeding out of the mouth. She's just like openly bleeding. Yeah.
We need a medical professional now.
She's not doing good.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna
you get well speaking of medical professionals, you get like you talk to a paramedic and he's like, I think her organs are intact, I think she's okay, and she's like, calm the fuck down.
So let's talk about this escort quest. What are the thoughts?
Well, it starts out with you having to do the survival to heal.
Oh, that's right.
Eva.
Yeah.
And you're told that like you have to manage both of your hunger, you just kind of
you definitely have to manage. You have to manage her hunger for sure, because unlike Snake, who will begrudgingly keep going even if he has low stamina, she will just stop what she's doing and get down on a knee and just be like, nope.
Like, I'm done here.
Yeah,
I'm going to sleep right now.
Yeah. This might be the worst I was at the game.
Yeah.
Both times. I don't know. I feel like I'm just triggering something by accident that I can't quite figure out what the fuck to do about. But like the dudes would not stop coming. Like it was insane. Just like would not stop. Like it literally got to the point where I was just like full lethal, just shooting and killing dudes and screaming for Eva to keep following me. Like there were a couple moments where I was able to sneak, but the moment I would do anything, it would just go into full fucking alert mode. Like
totally.
This is the part
triggers.
Yeah, if I tried the Foxhound achievement or whatever, this is going to be the part of the game that I think is going to be the hardest.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough. It was a lot of I mean, for me, it was like easier because there was like I threw the non-lethal out the window a while ago. I said it's a further time, but like remembering to like call her and just like pay attention to her hunger and stuff. Like I was not
just like our partners.
Just like
you know what I mean. You're like call her, throw some food at her. Why aren't you walking? Come on, babe.
Yeah.
How funny would it be? Somebody out there should make a mod that when Snake calls out to Eva, you just hear him go, babe. Come on, babe.
That would be hilarious.
But yeah, Lily, how did you fare with the
It's just so annoying. Yeah, because I feel like they never really stopped coming after you.
She's a pretty good shot, by the way. She fucking blew some dudes out.
That's true. She's not totally
She blew those dudes out. She did not blow those dudes.
She didn't blow them in.
Bubba, however.
Bubba, on the other hand. You got to be careful. If you don't get out of there by the time Bubba shows up, you're all blown.
No, it's just like because like you have to deal with all of these guys, especially non-lethal. It's even worse. But like you have to deal with all of these guys.
Well, if you put them to sleep, do they continue to send reinforcements, or is it like those guys have to be off the map?
I felt like they did, but maybe I was just like frustrated.
I was looking at a guide before this to refresh myself, and I thought I read that like if you can take out enough sneaky, that like the extra dudes don't show up.
Oh, interesting. So it's definitely like a rich get rich, poor get poorer.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, it seems like if you trigger an alert status, like you're kind of fucked until you like get
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're definitely looking for you motherfuckers like hard. Yeah. Who's ordering these people to do this? Who knows? Like Volgan's dead. If I saw my boss,
he's in charge. Yeah.
If I saw my boss bonfired out in front of me, I'd be like, I'm
off. Like,
I don't know. It's just like the range to it's like you have to like really, really stay close to her. Like you can't get too far ahead of her because then she will just stop moving.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no indicator either. Like there's no like Snake, wait for me or something to let you know you've gone too far. You just go to call her and she just doesn't.
Yeah. And so like what I would have liked to have seen is you call her, or what I would have liked to have seen is that you don't even have to call her. She just kind of goes where you go.
Yeah.
And then the sticking points are when she's hungry. And then
that would be fine. There's something like visceral that comes up in me with any escort mission that requires you to continuously call. Like the other thing that I kept thinking about was there's a quest in The Witcher 3 where you have to get this goat to follow you and you have to keep ringing a fucking bell. Otherwise it won't keep following you. And I'm just like, don't make me do that. I don't ever want to do that.
Yeah. I will say, I think there were, maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like there was a time or two where Eva did say, hey, Snake, there's some people there. Be careful. Or like something along the lines of nice. Look out. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. Like if there were,
thank you, Eva.
I feel like The Last of Us kind of solved this problem.
Yeah,
like, just like make it to where it seems like collaboration.
Yeah,
make it to where like they're talking to each other. Like,
I remember reading like the Game Informer article like before The Last of Us came out, where it was like, and Ellie takes care of herself. You don't have to fucking worry about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, how old is she? But yeah, I will say towards the very, very end in that final stretch, I think in that last zone, I didn't have an alert mode going, and the tension of like go was like cool feeling. Like it felt good to get out of there, but it's just like I had torn through like 3 or 4 zones of just like fucking pure firefight before I got to that.
Yep.
But
just like the mechanics of getting her, like I think it's just like there's a world where this is a good segment,
Mhm.
We don't live in it. We don't live in this world.
We haven't unlocked that timeline yet. Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
Metal
just,
Gear.
the mechanics of how she follows you and how you're supposed to escort her just make
Yeah,
it,
you have to new games plus it 5 times on the hardest difficulty,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you unlock Ava's new AI.
Well, then the second controller port can then take
Yeah.
advantage of Ava, but only from your perspective. So that player is just like fucked. It reminds me of like the multiplayer in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, where you're like, wait, what? We have to be
Oh,
on the
yeah.
same screen at the same time? Like,
I
what are we-
forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, like single screen.
That shit was strange. It's like a Lego game.
Yeah, it was like Get Out or whatever. Not Get Out,
Oh,
A Way Out.
yeah.
It's like A Way Out.
The way out, yeah.
Get Out.
Fucking
That'd be
love that
very
game.
funny.
Because with Eva, the way it's like, not only does she just stop if you get too far away from her, but like you also have to go back within a specific range
Yep.
to then call her again to get her to keep
Oh, yeah.
moving. And so like,
And if dudes see her, everybody gets the alert. Like,
Yeah. Ooh, yeah,
everyone
that's
plays this Club Cranium.
that
yeah,
sucks.
yeah. And she doesn't have camo.
Right. Nope. And so I'm like having this, like I have this moment with it where it's just like I don't know, it's just like so frustrating because it's just you have to because I was looking up, I have been like putzing around with the idea of doing a Foxhound run, and this is one of the this and the Pain are two segments that are just like I kind of don't want to do that.
Yeah. For sure. I would
but
like to
because,
enjoy
like-
the video game that I am playing.
Because the way that I've seen, like I've watched like some playthroughs of people doing like Foxhound, just see like what like some of the speed strategies are for it, and like these people are just like taking like 2 steps and calling and 2 steps and calling, and I'm just like, this sucks. Like that
Yeah,
sucks. It's not fun. That's
Yeah.
not fun.
We've removed the joy from the video games.
Yeah. Well, so the joke about the second controller port that I was making was in Eco. I think it's like only in the fucking PAL version. If you beat the game, you can literally have a second player control Yorda in Eco, which is
That's
bananas. Like, yeah, I remember reading that online thinking it was another fucking like Mew is hidden under the forklift situation. And then I'm like,
Unlock Sonic and Tails and Super Smash.
yeah,
Bros.
but it's like a real thing. There's also a lightsaber in the game. I'm like, what the
that's sick.
fuck is
I
happening?
will
So,
say
like, that would be sick.
Since the rise of private equity and corporations, there is some whimsy lacking that I do miss in modern gaming.
Yeah, PS2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can go read my article on how the PS3 was the death of the experimentation for Sony. You can go read that on PlayStation3Forever.com.
I miss cheat codes, man. I miss cheat
Yeah.
Cheat codes, yeah.
I miss.
Has anybody tested the Konami code in this game to see what it does?
No, I haven't.
Girl,
We'll
I
talk
have
about that
stopped
next-
testing cheat codes ages ago.
I feel like you gotta at least test the Konami code in a Konami game.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
We'll do that and report back.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, essentially we get out of here. There are these fun little like, and I wish there were more of these, but when like Eva's clearly hurt and there's like this lift that you have to like get above this like chunk of land or whatever. It's like the whole like I'll alley-oop you. When there's one set of footprints in the sand, it's when Snake was carrying me. Is that sort of situation, and which then raises the question of like, could Snake have just carried this woman on his back?
Sorry, that just reminded me of a post I literally saw before we started recording that was like, imagine you're on the beach and you just see an invisible thing carrying a cradled man. Just a full-grown cradled man just being floating around like he's being carried. Like, fuck.
But anyway, so long story short, we get out of this section, and in the cutscene that's sort of ushering us into this finale, gameplay finale, I would rather say, Eva suddenly seems about 10 shades
she's just fine.
more normal. Yeah, she's like, oh, there's the plane, and then just fucking jogs, and I'm like,
Thanks, Snake. I'm good to go.
yeah. I'm like, what?
I'm not dying no more.
She's like, I just shoved a bunch of calorie mate into this fucking gaping hole in my chest, and I'm good.
Feed it chocolate.
Speaking of calorie mate, I was
This
going to
week's
say,
sponsor is Calorie Mate.
Lily, should we use this episode as the opportunity to read the 2 letters that we haven't read yet?
Yeah, for sure.
Because one of them is literally about calorie mate. So,
Let her rip.
okay, cool. So we get teed up for one of the greatest boss fights in video game history.
Yeah, maybe
and
the
I
greatest fight. Like it's like
I always think that I'm being hyperbolic when I think that, and then I play it again, and I'm like, no, this is just very good.
yeah. It's if it's not, I feel like at least top 5, if not like, like it's incredible.
Yeah. This
I'm
is
not
how
gonna
you
lie.
end a video game.
This fight felt very fucking good in this version of the game. Like, having played them both back to back, I think, and this might be sacrilegious, but also whatever, it's a video game. I think the Delta version of the fight is like an order of magnitude better than the original PS2 version of this fight.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. I was not expecting it to like improve that much, but yeah, it's really fucking good.
Just the fidelity makes it seem so fucking crazy. Like, I also spotted something that I never really picked up on the first time. So did you guys notice when you first enter this? So hold on, I'm going to paint the picture to lead us into this. You come out of the woods, you see the wig, the plane parked on the lake. Which, what does WIG stand for? Did we ever talk about that?
No.
Does it have something to do with water?
Water.
It's a wing in ground effect. Is that what that stands for? No. What is happening? Yeah, I just keep saying wing in ground effect.
Wing in ground effect. It's a ground effect vehicle, also called a wing in ground effect craft.
So maybe that is because it is sitting on water with like an extra piece of suspension underneath it. It's like a
ground effect vehicle, GEV, also called a wing in ground effect WIG or WIG, ground effect craft machine, GEM, wing ship flare craft surface effect.
Yeah, well, education for everyone.
If you work at Boeing and you're not, if you work at Boeing and you're not fucking a plane up right now, you should send us a letter and tell us about what a wig is.
If you're not actively sabotaging an aircraft, hit us up.
Well, if you're listening to this while you're working at Boeing, you probably are actively sabotaging an aircraft. But anyway, so you see this wig, Eva makes a run for it, and then she sees the field and she understands what needs to happen. Because prior to this, she had told us that the boss had let her free, and we talked about it last episode. But she was like, yo, go. Like, you do your thing. I didn't understand it before, but now I understand enough. Like, you go do your thing. Just promise me you'll come back. And Snake does not respond, which I found disrespectful and hurtful. And he just walks into the field.
Well, I guess like he doesn't know. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Is he going to promise? Going to promise something that he can't promise?
Better to say nothing.
He doesn't even turn and look at her. He just goes.
It was like, hey, did you hear me? Snake?
Yeah, that was the vibe I got for sure. In his head, he's just monologuing about the gun still. But I can't believe she's talking to me like that with the way she was holding that fucking receiver.
I wonder if she appreciated the gas release and the trigger pressure. Like,
I'm just gonna say I'm glad the fucking genome therapy weeded that shit out of his sons, because good God, good Lord,
they're already autistic enough without.
Yeah. We got Jazz Hands, Liquid Snake,
Snake.
Yeah, that's true. Solid Snake is just very like, don't talk to me. Like that's his.
He's
antisocial and he can't comprehend themes unless he repeats everything that you say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he wants to smoke really fucking bad in Metal Gear Solid 4, but can't for a majority of that game.
Yeah, because everybody's just like,
yeah, just give him a goddamn cigarette. He's gonna die.
The fucking monkey took it from him. He got that monkey addicted on nicotine.
I forgot. I can't wait until we cover that game again.
I love that fucking monkey, dude. That's gonna be great. I can't wait to like reaffirm my love for the skin monkey.
Yeah. I was reading an article today, by the way. I cannot remember where the fuck it was. We were just talking about how Metal Gear Solid 4 is trapped on the PS3 because of the 6L processor. I don't think it was actually that. This article that I was reading claimed that there was a build for the 360 already built that was actually functioning. The issue is that there is so much licensing in Metal Gear Solid 4 that they would have to relicense everything. So I never even thought about it before, but like plot related explicit shit. It's like you've got real guns with real stats. You've got fucking Apple products, just as Apple products. You've got
ID-tagged
Sony
weapons.
PlayStations. Yeah. Yeah. ID-tagged weapons. All of the fucking Beauty and the Beast Brigade, all of the bosses are like actual supermodel women. Like it's all licensed all the way down.
That's crazy.
Like anyway. But yeah, so long story short, Eva's gonna go get the plane ready. We're gonna go deal with the last part of our mission. Now for the thing that I didn't notice until this time. As Snake enters this field, it's a big, beautiful field of like white flowers everywhere. It almost looks like what are they called? Lunar tears from Nier and Drakengard. It almost looks like a field of lunar tears, and there are just some trees kind of sticking out of them. When you oh, Lily's showing.
If you're watching, I've got my tattoo with the flowers, the fox.
Yes. When you get to this field, almost immediately, and I don't know why, but on the PS2, all of the fucking dozens of times that I played it, I kind of thought it was this like supernatural thing that was happening. Like when Snake enters, there's like this sort of like blast of energy that like washes over him. And in my mind, I was like, oh, like he's entering this like fucking sacred space where things don't.
The boss is charging her key.
Yeah, something.
The Kamehameha.
Right.
Yeah.
Spirit
But I noticed this time it's the same effect that happens when the Davy Crockett goes off earlier in the game. And if you pay attention, when the boss is getting ready to fight you, she sets down a fucking Davy Crockett, which I had never noticed. So they just nuked Groznygrad. Like they just cleaned house. Like that's what she was doing.
Oh, fuck.
And it just like all of a sudden I was like, all of a sudden I was like, that's why the Shagohod is just like 86th. Like that shit's gone forever. Like they just turned, like nobody survived. Yeah. Which is also why when Johnny tells you he's got a family in America, that's why it's like, well, Johnny didn't fucking make it. Like nobody made it. Like they nuked Groznygrad.
Johnny didn't make it.
But yeah, I don't know why it took fucking 20 years for me to put 2 and 2 together. And I don't know. It didn't seem like it was a new edition or anything. I didn't notice anything different.
That's sick.
But yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, good catch.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you've played MGS5, XOF gets Vulcan out of there in some capacity, at the very least.
Somehow.
Which, if you didn't know, the Man on Fire in MGS5 is very clearly Vulcan.
Well, if you don't know, now you know. I wanted to say the last part, but I'm gonna I can't listen. Even though I can say it for the respect of the
I can also say it.
Remember? Yeah, Alessio's got to pass. He's a famous black filmmaker. Alessio Summerfield can say it too, and he should say it right now.
No, again. I like it better to force the listener to say it within their own head, like they just all said it themselves.
Yeah, because you know what this is, Chad. You especially, and if you don't know, now you know. Thanks, Chad. I know
we heard what you said. We heard what you said.
Love you, Chad. I heard you in my heart and my spirit. You're canceled. Bye.
I will say one of the maps in Fox Hunt, which if you weren't aware is the name of the multiplayer mode, is you battling in what seems to be like the remnants of the Groznygrad.
It's interesting because it's just like
the Shagohod looks untouched.
Yeah, it looks untouched, and it is like not where it should be.
Yeah.
For the timeline.
Yeah,
and
so I don't know if
also,
it's supposed to be like a pre-MGS3 arena. I don't know.
It also feels like it should be like more destroyed.
Yeah,
if it was nuked by a Davy Crockett.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't nuked, that fucking sky bridge should be gone because the Shagohod plowed right through it. But anyway, and so I would say this is the most exposition heavy part of the game.
For sure.
I would say. I mean, I think the part that happens, like the sort of post, I wouldn't say post credits, but the sort of like post immediate action scene that occurs kind of once we're done playing, feels pretty lengthy as well. But I think this has more talking in it.
Yeah.
The boss just vents every single fucking thing she wish she could have discussed up until this point, essentially. And it doesn't feel like she's venting. This feels like a woman who is literally telling you everything about her life because she knows she's not going to be living in the next hour.
For sure.
I've always wondered a lot about this fight because like he got his fucking ass kicked every single time he's tried to fight her in this video game. And he hasn't gotten that much better.
You can still get your ass rocked in this fight.
Well, yeah, but like, you know, theoretically speaking.
Yeah.
Theoretically speaking, like he shouldn't necessarily win. I don't know if it's like her like, because she's clearly not going any easier.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
It's one of the
grown so strong over the game, though. You know.
Yeah.
Now he has love in his heart.
Snakes. He's got love in his heart.
He's got to come back for Eva.
Eva.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tricky because I do think there's a lot of ambiguity in this sort of back half. I mean, it doesn't do the thing where films will like pause and be like, "What do you think?"
Yeah,
but it is a little ambiguous as to like, because her venting is essentially her providing you with her last will and testament, which will inevitably go on to be the genesis for all of the problems for the entire rest of the series.
Yep.
But her venting and providing you with this sort of last will and testament, at the end of the day, I guess it just doesn't matter if she tied one hand behind her back on purpose for this or not. She essentially says, I can't remember the exact quote. I should have written it down, but she's like, you know, I gave you everything. I trained you. I taught you everything you know.
She said, I raised you.
Yeah. The only thing that I have left for you to give, the only thing I have left to give to you is myself. And essentially she tells him like, come take it. And not like in the come take it, motherfucker. Just like in this, like, it's very like Giving Tree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
I can see that. I can for sure see that.
It's very like, and when there was nothing left to take, she said,
all right,
just take the rest. You know,
take it all. Yes.
But anyway, so we should probably talk about some of the stuff she talks about before they get into the actual fight.
Yeah. I'd really like to talk. Please. And I think with what's happening in today's political climate, I think it's actually extremely funny. She talks a little bit about how she talks a little bit about how like, you know, time can turn friends into enemies like as easily, like things just like as easy as the wind changes. Politics and the march of time can turn friends or something like that, friends into enemies. And she goes, when I was leading the Cobras, America and Russia were fighting together. Now consider, will America and Russia still be enemies in the 21st century? And it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's
I kind of wish we were a little heavier on the enemy front still.
Yeah, a little bit. I think like it would be better if we were a little bit closer to enemies, you know.
I do think taking it a step
lovers
further,
to enemies is the trope I want to be seeing there.
I do think taking it a step further though, I kind of, at least sort of reading between the lines a little bit, I kind of think what she's trying to say is like it's all been bullshit the whole time. Like all of it. Like not the will they won't they, but the fact that like they never, it's all theater. Yeah. Is like kind of the vibe.
What she says is after she talks about like America and Russia and whatever, she goes, I didn't raise you and shape you into the man you were today just so that we could face each other in battle. Like nice. I didn't want it to come to this basically. And you know, we're not supposed to hurt friends. Like soldiers are privy to the whims of the country they serve, but like the skills we develop are not meant to hurt our friends. And just like, it's just like, ugh.
Well, she very explicitly talks about too. Like, I think she rolls the clock back and tells you about like her ascent. Essentially, she's like, you know, I used to do these things, and I think some of the things that she touches on is like she was there during. She's a little bit of like a Forrest Gump, like Mary Sue, in terms of like, oh, she's been involved in everything.
She was at like the Bikini Atoll.
Yeah, she was like Bikini Atoll. Well, and apparently so was Snake.
Yeah,
like, you were there too, weren't you?
That was lore I didn't know. I was like, oh, I guess. Okay, cool.
Like, oh, hello.
Yeah, but then immediately I was like, well, wait a minute. If that's true, how's my man birthing anybody? What's going on here?
Right?
Like, shouldn't his fucking semen be irradiated? Like, but maybe
I'm
they're
sure
using
there's like a science
magic.
reason for it. Yeah.
magic DNA.
Magic dick.
Oh no, it's because his sperm, they didn't die. They're stronger now.
They're radioactive children.
Yeah. That's what it's called, right? But she mentions that she was at the Bay of Pigs. She mentions that she was there for several missions where like essentially the CIA and the FBI like lied, and she just like watched the American government slaughter people. And then she talks about the fact that she was so fucked from being irradiated that in secret, because Russia had already sent a man to space, they sent her to space because they knew that she was already so far gone physically that it didn't fucking matter.
Risk.
Yeah, so she gets bombarded with gamma rays and stuff. Which in reality, I want to see a biblically accurate boss. She'd just
right?
She'd look like fucking Deadpool,
Toxic Avenger, like fucking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
She talks about how she gave birth on fucking Normandy Beach. Which is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then she even shows you, she like opens up her suit and shows you where they like cut her open to take the child out, which like that scar is real big, y'all.
Yeah. It's a very large, it like goes up. Like it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, did they crack your ribs in half to get to this child?
That's a big headed baby.
Oh yeah, he is. It's a big nosed baby. We'll talk about that. But yeah, go ahead, sorry, Lou.
Well, then she talks to you about like, she's like, you know, is there such thing as like she calls it a timeless enemy, like an enemy that like, and that is like, you're always your enemy. And she's like, I don't think there is, because we're all humans. And she goes, the philosophers need to be reunited. The world needs to be made whole. I'm going to use the colonel's money to achieve this goal. And she's gonna rebuild her family and everything like that. And then that's when she talks to you about like all the stuff that she did and like, you know, all the stuff. She goes, you know, I can't bear children anymore, but I still have a family. The
space thing is super important here too, because that's what made her realize that like essentially her whole philosophy, like she was in space, she could see the Earth from a distance. Oh, well, like none of us are different. We all just live on this fucking blue rock. Everything else is meaningless. Why are we not unified? And then she does tell us a little bit more about like the philosophers, and then starts using terminology that comes up in Metal Gear Solid 2 for James, who's not played it. But she refers to the Wise Men's Committee, which very explicitly is stated in MGS2.
Oh, that's really exciting. Because, yeah, there was some stuff where I was like, oh, I wish I could know more about what that is. So
yeah.
I'm really excited to play too.
Yeah. And so, yeah, she mentions like early in the 20th century, the US, China, and the USSR gathered in a secret meeting, and the meeting would be known as the Wise Men's Committee. And then the people that were at that meeting are the initial philosophers, but everybody in that meeting died into the 1930s. And so now the philosophers as they are today are not only a shell of their former self, but they no longer have allegiances. They don't have any morality. It is just purely, which like very much so is the same as corporate America, I would argue.
Yeah.
Like, these companies have no allegiances, no fucking morality. They're literally just like money. And in this case, philosophers are very much so like war, money.
Yeah, even like she has a line where she's like, they became war itself, which like also in the context of like our current landscape with like the Department of War and the Secretary of War, it's like, oh, like it is all theater to an extent, and like these cycles kind of do repeat themselves with these people in power, like in our own history, and like it's very well written for like.
For him, for Kojima. Yeah, I'd be curious how much of this was Kojima and how much of it was the other writer.
Yeah.
I think the pet theory is that it's more so the other writer at this point.
Would you say this is the most like grounded of the games?
Oh, it's two other writers. Yeah, I think so. Like this
Yeah.
conclusion.
I think one is Metal Gear Solid 1 is probably still the most grounded. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
front
across
to
the
back
board.
story,
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
So the two other writers besides Kojima are series veteran constant name that has come up, Tomokazu Fukushima, and then Shuyo Murata, who I am not familiar with. Maybe they wrote on something else. I might be dumb, but anyway, but yeah, I think for people who are like, oh, Kojima's anti-war, what do you mean? It's like the boss is quite literally the epitome of anti-war.
Yeah.
Which, so at this juncture, maybe we should talk a little bit about this. So the Naked Snake, should we wait? I'm wondering. It's not really a reveal, is it? Yeah, let's wait. But essentially, after all this is said and done, and she opens her suit, shows you the scar, tells you, I may not be able to bear children, but I still have a family and all this stuff. She tells you that one of her last missions before this one was to kill the Sorrow, and that they were like best friends.
Well, it started with this trip, this like mission in Cuba.
Yeah.
Which was like this invasion of Cuba that was like sponsored by the CIA. That was like where actually
she's referring to Bay of Pigs, isn't she?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think so. I think she is talking about Bay of Pigs, but like just specifically like the thing, because this is what directly leads up to her having to kill the Sorrow.
Yeah.
Because like the cover was that they were taking Cuban exiles back to Cuba, but it was actually an invasion. And the president held back air support, and so the exiles were all slaughtered. And she was set up by America, and then like she basically had to kill the Sorrow to like make up for what happened.
Oh, right.
They scapegoated her essentially. And during that flashback too, when she talks about how she had to kill the Sorrow, like it shows his corpse, like it shows,
Yeah. Underneath the bridge
skeleton.
Where we got thrown off of at the beginning.
in his like black, like it's kind of crazy.
But yeah, she does outright state that they were lovers as well in this cutscene.
Yeah.
Does she mention? I mean, we're going to talk about it here in like 20 minutes. She does mention that he was the father of her child, right?
I think so.
In this cutscene. Yeah.
I think it's this cutscene.
Nice.
This is maybe a dumb question. Is the implication that Snake is the child?
Oh,
no.
buddy.
Close, kind of. No, but
okay.
You're adjacent to it.
Should we let James guess and see if he gets it?
Yeah, we don't because the thing is, like, I don't think we ever explicitly are told.
Yeah. Oh my god, is it fucking Ocelot?
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Yes, I love that.
If you look at the Sorrow and if you look at the Joy and you combine their faces and you look at the new Ocelot face for Delta, they look so related. It's like
that's
not
cool.
even funny.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. That makes a ton of sense. Actually.
Yeah, which is also why she looks at him like a fucking frustrated mother, like most of the game.
Right. Well, it also like plays more into the like sibling-esque rivalry that they have.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I never thought of it like that.
Her actual kid and her like adopted.
Yeah.
How the fuck did I never think of that?
That's what happens when you get new eyes on a property that you spent years and years enjoying. Is that like sometimes
this is probably how like Duncan Jones feels about Michael C. Hall, you know?
Well, it's the same thing too. Is like you realizing on this go round that the fucking aura was actually them blowing up Crossing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's ever explicitly stated, but it is heavily implied.
I love that.
In the series at all, like ever. I don't think they ever say it out loud, but it is very clear that like,
okay, that's very cool.
Yeah. It does make me wonder if Ocelot ever knew.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did eventually, considering where that motherfucker goes for the rest of the series. But
Yeah, he goes a long way for how fucking perplexed he seems
He
at
goes
every turn in
he
this
goes
game.
a lot of places. He grew
yeah,
up a
he
lot.
seems perplexed. We'll talk
That's
about
true.
that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
he does. It's yeah, some shit's up with him.
Yeah, Ocelot is going to be ocelotting. Let's just say.
She also talks about like the philosopher's goal, and she kind of compares it to a nuclear reaction where she's just like, conflict begets conflict, and it is a spiral that goes on for basically eternity, that then triggers a war that then springs more conflict, and
Right.
blah 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 blah. And the whole thing is like the philosophers, as they wanted to keep that cycle going forever. And then she reveals that her dad was one of the philosophers,
Mhm.
and she is the last remaining child of the philosophers, she calls herself. And
I'm assuming before like things got so fractured that like it
Yeah.
just became like essentially faceless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like she's sort of the last of the traditional.
Yeah. But yeah, so, and she's like, her father was killed by that like shapeless, formless thing, like this entity. And then she talks about like being at Normandy, like you said, and giving birth to a baby boy that the philosophers then took from her. And the implication here is that like when she says I gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, it shows her and the sorrow on screen. And
Yeah.
so I think you're supposed to take it from there that like that's,
Yeah.
and that's when she like takes her cloak off and shows you the fucking scar that goes all the way up to her fucking, like, it's just like, what the fuck were they doing?
I mean, to be fair, they were on the fucking beach during
Normandy. Yeah.
Rip her tip, like literally, it goes up the side of her breast. It's just like, what were y'all doing?
It's like that scene from Airplane where the guy's shaving when they hit turbulence, and it's just like. But how crazy would it be, by the way? So the Cobra unit, as a unit, stormed Normandy, I believe, and so that means the Sorrow is storming with his pregnant partner. At no point is he like, you shouldn't be doing this, babe. Like,
right? Yeah. Like, maybe sit this one out, hon.
Yeah. But I will say the implication of these two people in particular being Ocelot's parents does retroactively kind of hand wave away some of the things that are going to be happening in Metal Gear Solid 2. Like some of the sort of like supernatural-ish elements. Because you're like, oh, well, homie's,
of course, because
homie's
like,
dad
course,
is a fucking...
like, ghost agent. Ghost agent can do fucking.
Yeah, that does give good extra context to that.
Yeah.
Like
it is crazy that some parts of this story that I desperately want to talk about right now, we cannot talk about until after we finish Metal Gear Solid 4 Remastered.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which sucks, but I will hold my tongue. But we will talk about at least one other.
We'll remember this moment. We'll say, remember near Thanksgiving?
Yeah. And then Alessio's going to have to find this fucking clip and cut it and bring it.
I don't remember that.
actually, no, not at all. But yeah, but like, so basically then we get to this point where she's just like, look, it's the only thing left for me to give you is for you to take my life. I'm going to give you my life. I give my life not for honor, but for you.
Snake eater.
Yep. She's like, I've never talked about myself this much before. I'm like, you could have benefited from some therapy, girl.
Yeah, you probably should have.
I didn't have to be this way.
Yeah.
But she says the person who wins here, the person who lives, gets to inherit the title of the boss, and that person will face endless battle. And then she says,
boy, will he.
In 10 minutes, MiGs are going to come and fucking carpet this place. And if you can beat me before in that 10 minutes, then you'll be able to escape.
And that's minimally invasive glaucoma surgery, if anybody's wondering.
Yep. I think my favorite line here is, let's make this the greatest 10 minutes of our lives, Jack.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Hell yeah. So they're like fucking right now. Like they're jamming.
Yeah. And then you're off to the fucking races, and she charges forth with
she's a beast. She's
she's like a
beast.
fucking.
Yeah, she really is.
She's like a
Badass.
bullet coming after you because like the first thing you have to do is like you can't stop this. This is just happening right now. She runs directly at you and you have to like counter a CQC move.
Yep.
And,
Yeah,
like,
or
that's how
roll
the
out of the
battle
fucking
starts.
way and pray.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's how the battle starts. And it's just like holy fuck.
yeah.
There's a trophy in here for countering all of her CQCs
Oh.
flawlessly.
Yeah. If you
Which I
don't
did
have a
manage to
CQC item equipped when that happens, though, are you boned?
No, I think it automatic. If you get locked into the scene of it, like it's CQC. It doesn't take into account. What you
Oh, I see. I did
Yeah,
miss
it
2 of them,
forces you
so I
into
was
it.
curious as to like how
Interesting.
I like, and it didn't even give me a prompt or anything. So that's why I
Yeah.
was like, oh.
I don't think it's like because you have to like because the thing with those CQC you have to like listen for like the whooshing noise and like you have to hit the button at the right
Oh,
time,
got
and so
it.
it's like contextual.
Got it.
But the thing of it is like I don't think you have to do all of them. You just have to do like both of them because I think there are 2.
Oh, I
that
got hit
just
with like
happen.
5.
No, there are 2 that happen mandatory, and you have to get those.
I see.
But I think
see.
like if you linger or you do something in enough like with enough
Got
time,
it.
like you get hit more. But yeah, there are 2. The one of the I don't know if you can roll out of the way of these 2 because they're mandatory. The first one like you have to do, and there's one like halfway through that you have to do that's like longer, and those are the 2 that you need to
Got it.
do before. Yeah.
There were no QTEs in the original, so that is the difference here.
Right.
This is a new. I will say, if you manage to get your camo index up to like 80% or more, and you just like evade her for long enough, when she starts freaking out and trying to find you, it is legitimately scary because she is just fucking like huffing around the arena and just like openly firing on just like random fucking parts of the level. You're like, oh no, like
shit.
She is terrifying.
And her being in white in this field of white makes it very hard to
blending
parse.
in. Yeah, very cool.
And like shit is like petals are falling from the sky. Like
very cinematic.
Apparently in New Game Plus, if you use the active camo and like one of the camouflages you get from beating it, like you could just like lay down and she will never find you. And it just trivializes the whole battle. That's kind of funny.
That sucks.
Yeah.
This didn't happen to me with her, but I had forgotten to mention it. I don't think we've mentioned it before, and I did it by accident when I was doing New Game Plus. If somebody sees you, if you shoot the exclamation point above their head, they immediately get like knocked out, like dizzied, which is very funny.
Yeah, there's also like so around here too. There are 3 snakes that you can grab, and they are solid, liquid, and solidus.
None of the ones hanging from the trees, unfortunately, though, because every time I shot one of those down, it was just like a regular.
Yeah,
like
it's
regular
like
snake.
they're like hiding in the. Yeah, they're very hard to find, but if you have
interesting.
But
I think in this newer version, there's like more density of flora and fauna because I think in the original, I remember there like only being those 3 snakes and then maybe 2 or 3 other ones. And in this one, it's like I was having trouble finding them.
Snake City.
Oh yeah.
Snake City, bitch. Snake City, bitch.
Super fun fight though, James. This was your first time. I know that
Lily
and I are talking a lot. Yeah, like hit us with it. What was the top to bottom like?
One of the most like cinematic feeling fights in a game that I feel like I've experienced. I really liked the just ambiance of the whole thing. But yeah, a lot of it was like I tried to like get in close to keep doing the CQC. I did also experience her fucking running around chasing me after I hid for a little bit, which was super unnerving. It's interesting experiencing this, like having played like Peace Walker and 5, just like getting more context for like the weird like AI voice that you encounter, some of that,
especially
lingering
Peace Walker
boss stuff. I was like, oh, this is nice to finally see like where it began.
Well, interesting. I don't know if we talked about it on air or not. Maybe we did. But what's interesting is like I saw somebody collected photos of like from this point moving forward in the series, and then from the beginning of this game till the end of the boss, and it was like between now and MGS5, Snake literally becomes more and more looking like her.
Yeah.
So it's like he gets her
the
bandana.
ponytail and the
He does the ponytail. Yeah,
Yep.
just everything. So by the end of 5, he has just like become her, essentially.
But even like the sneaking suit he gets in Peace Walker is more like
100%.
her suit here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
We love exploring gender. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I will say this. It is interesting. So it's not just Snake who's going to be taking her philosophy and kind of like shooting it through his own lens. Her philosophy becomes the, pun intended, ground zero for like everybody in the fucking series. Mm-hmm. So it's like her speech about the countries being frenemies and like all this shit about like everybody needing to be unified and stuff kind of becomes like, imagine 6 different people interpreting that, and then over the course of like 50 years just like enacting plans based on their game of telephone.
Yep.
So like she's kind of the mother of a bunch of twisted shit.
She's the mother base.
Yeah. So she's the beginning of the game of telephone that inevitably leads to the end of the continuity. Pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
But she's great.
Yeah, but what James said too, like James said, like it's such a cinematic fight. Like it is extremely cinematic, extremely emotional, extremely scary. Like Alessio said, like in some moments it's just like I'm frightened. By this woman.
Oh, she takes your gun apart, by the way. If she CQCs you while you have a gun equipped, she will take it apart and throw it throughout the field, and you've got to like pick the weapon back up and the ammo and all the like silencer and all that shit.
Yeah. So it's pretty intense.
What a nice touch.
Yeah. But yeah, like so you get that first CQC about halfway through, you get her life down to about half, and she does another mandatory CQC that is longer that you have to like really lock in for. And then it continues. It's just a matter of like hiding and like finding the right amount, like the right time to like pop out of stealth to then clip her a little bit and then go back in, because she has that fucking ball sack gun, the Patriot, and she's like fucking going off on you. Like it's rough. And and she'll take every advantage she can if she sees you. Like it's on site, and it's like, fuck, this is crazy. But it's like, again, like I said, if it's not like the best, it's like top 5 for sure. Because not 100%. Like the strategy of it on top of like the vibe of it, the story, the feeling, it's like all of these things converge into it and make it like this really, really stellar, like unforgettable experience. It's incredible. It's phenomenal.
I can only think of like just off the top of my head, like a short list of boss fights that are even like in the same zip code. As this one.
100%.
Definitely the best final boss, I would say, of the entire series, like hands down. The end of MGS4 is like fun, but this is like the most meaningful. This is the most mature Kojima has ever felt as a besides Death Stranding 2, which we've glazed to hell and back at this point. But so once the fight, I also don't necessarily think like wouldn't call the final battle of Death Stranding 2. No, for sure. We're like the last act plus. As far as endings go, this is like up until the final scenes of Death Stranding 2. I think this is like as close to a perfect ending Kojima.
I agree. Got. Yeah. What I've seen.
But from here, essentially I don't think I've ever in the history of this game run out of time at this fight. Has anybody run out of time before or just weighted it down?
Never before.
I'm curious to see what happens. I wonder if it just like white screens.
I think it does. I think I've seen clips of it where that you just like, it just goes, and then I think it shows, and this could be like me inventing a memory, but I feel like it shows the field and then bombs hitting it, and then it like goes to the game over screen.
Yeah, I can see it. Meanwhile, how funny would it be if, like, in retrospect, after MGS5 came out, in retrospect, we go back and look and you can actually see Skullface watching from the trees.
Oh my God.
Of like every moment of the game.
Is the MiG wipeout that's about to happen why he's burnt to hell and back? Is this how it goes
Oh
wrong?
yeah, interesting. I don't know, but has he always been burnt? I think he
I
had
don't
said that he
know.
was like brutally tortured, like as a child or something. I thought.
I must have missed
I
that
can't
one.
remember.
I missed that episode of the podcast and
Well, that's also
the in-game podcast, I should say.
that's also Psycho Mantis's whole thing, right? It's like
Yeah.
he was disfigured from being tortured as a child.
Yep.
We're all just disfigured children.
At the end of the day, it's true.
Except none of you sons of bitches better touch my goddamn daughter. I'll tell you what. But yeah, once this is all said and done, you get
it literally. Sorry, I just looked it up. Literally, like this is in German, so I don't know what they're saying. But literally, the MiGs, they shoot in, they drop bombs.
Are they screaming "Das ist MiGs"?
No, das ist MiGs. Literally, that like Snake is looking up, the boss is looking up, and then like as the bombs like come in, the boss just like closes her eyes, and it shows like a view of the field from like the tree line.
Holy
and
shit.
then just exploding, and then it fades. Whoa. And it says Snake is dead. It does a snake. Yeah. Sick. So I was right. I was like, I feel like I've seen this, but yeah, it's literally
damn.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll send you the clip of it. I actually do kind of. I don't know. No, we probably. Well, it's going to be only on Patreon, so I kind of do want you to cue it here because it's kind of crazy. If you don't mind.
I mean, I'll put the sound in for everybody else.
This is the end.
Yeah, so I think at this point too, it's like I'm pretty sure essentially what ends up happening is just boss is defeated. She falls over. She's laying in the field.
Yeah,
and she literally
she got some more things to say.
She says, "Keep this safe." Gives him the legacy. Which,
she gives him her GameCube memory card.
Yeah,
with her Animal Crossing, character.
Her VMU with all her chows.
How fucking hilarious would that be? Her pocket station with all of her chocobos. It's just a USB thumb drive filled with pornography. How amazing would that be if Volgan's dad's legacy was just the Epstein files?
Oh my god.
Jesus fucking
the unredacted Epstein files.
But
probably
yeah,
the same chance as seeing what those are as what this is. So that's
like,
fine.
Exactly. No, she gives him the Patriot too, the gun, and it's just like, you're a great man, Jack. You have to kill me. You have to do it now. And then he stands up and he's just aiming a gun and nothing happens because they want you to pull the trigger. So this is like gameplay. Right here.
The first time I played this, I intentionally did not want to. And if you wait long enough, Snake will pull the trigger for you.
Oh, really?
And it is upsetting. Yeah.
Damn.
Not upsetting that he does it, but it's just like an upsetting moment because you're like thinking back.
It's shocking. Yeah.
Yeah. In my mind, I was like, no, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. And then much like James's audio comms cutting out in the middle of PUBG when he's calling somebody a fucking coward for not killing him. I'm just like, no, I don't want to do. And then gunshot. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Kill me, you fucking coward.
Kill me, you fucking coward.
It's pretty brutal. But then the thing that happens after is like so striking because again, it's like this supernatural shit. Like,
it's a sorrow.
Yeah, it must be. Right?
I like to imagine they're together.
Yeah. So like these beautiful, like vibrant white flowers, like from underneath the boss, like like this red ripples, and then they all turn like blood red. And it is like, holy fuck. I
can't remember who did it, but for the longest time, my PS3 theme was like the blood leaves coming down over the white field with Snake standing there looking down. And it was like hand drawn. It was super, super beautiful looking.
So here,
that's pretty
so and there's another thing too in this where if you do first person, you see the sorrow and the boss is they're ghosts.
Oh no shit!
Yeah. That was a really great time to hit that.
I was gonna do it earlier whenever we're talking about him shooting her. I was gonna just fucking, but I was like, no, I don't want to do. I don't want to be disrespectful.
God. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, there is a moment where you see, like in the first person, you see
They're
the
Force
ghosts and
ghosts.
Sorrows ghosts. Yeah, it's when the horse walks up.
Ewan
That's when
McGregor.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
It's Ewan McGregor, Yoda, the sorrow, and the joy.
And then like her scar like starts crawling
Pieces
up
out
around her body and like leaves her body and becomes this like white snake that like slithers
good to go.
away.
Hell yeah. My favorite band.
Yeah, White Snake. White Snake. Yeah, and then it's like it's time to GTFO.
Skullface absolutely tranked that snake and ate it.
Oh,
that is
yeah.
my head canon. That is my head canon.
Absolutely. That was my first thought too. So you gotta grab that.
He also like catches. There's a white petal that's like floating down. He grabs it, and it becomes red in his hand, and he's got it when he goes back to the plane. Here's the question that I have: what the fuck happened to that horse? Because that horse
he got nuked. That horse got nuked.
Yeah. Because then what? But then like, what about the horse that's in Peace Walker?
Well, so question, when the MiGs pull away, spoiler for like 5 minutes from now, when the MiGs get called off, that means they don't bomb anything, right? Or were they just called off of Eva and Snake?
I think they were called off of Eva and Snake. I think they still bombed the field. Yeah.
Well, much like the spiritual energy that is in that field, maybe the horse was just protected by the power of love.
That was how Skullface escaped.
Yeah, the horse is Bubba. That horse particularly is
that
Bubba.
Horse. Bubba has arrived.
Yeah,
Bubba has come too.
Bubba has come too.
Bubba has come. I appreciate that the horse rolls up after the flowers have changed.
Yeah,
horse has just been chilling to the side. He's like, "Hey, I saw you kill my mom. That's fucked up." Like,
oh. The horse is like, I went to space with her.
They put a horse in space.
What if the horse did talk? He's like, I'm actually another Cobra unit member. The
you
horse
have saddened me greatly today.
The horse explodes, and you just hear the horse, the horse, the horse,
the horse. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So the rest of this is like not as exciting until we get to the very end. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is such an emotional fucking high point.
Yeah.
That the whole situation that happens with Snake, Eva, and Ocelot here momentarily, every time I've finished this game, first time, the most recent time, did not give a literal fuck about anything that was happening. I was just like, whatever, guys, like, let's just get out of here.
Yeah, the stakes are kind of gone at this point, you know? It's like
I think they want you to be annoyed. They want you to be annoyed with Ocelot, and they want you to want to shoot him.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And boy, did I.
did.
Yeah, boy, did I. I absolutely did, yeah.
Yeah, they take off, and Eva and Snake have this moment where, like, Eva's like, "You ready to go, Snake?" And he just, like, smiles at her and, like, nods at her. And they take off, and then fucking Ocelot shows up on his fucking platform of tomorrow floating around.
Fucking loser.
And then
floating podium.
I can't remember. Does he jump onto the plane and then the podium hits the engine and that's what takes the engine out? Or does he shoot
That is
it?
exactly what happens. Okay. No, yeah. And yeah, the whole time he's like, "I'm a white man. Let me explain this to you." While he's chasing them.
Oh my god. I'm a white man.
Yeah. And so Snake and Ocelot get into like a little tussle. And then
they're just like slapping. It's like smacking match. Like they're just like swatting at each other's hands. It feels like. I'm like, what is going on? And then they roll.
Yeah. And then they have like a Russian roulette fight where he takes one bullet, he puts it in one of the guns, he does his like juggling thing, and you can like look at him
his juggling
while
thing.
he's juggling. And then he puts it on the ground, and then you have to pick one of the one of the guns. But before that, he goes, "What's your name?" And Snake's like, "Snake." And he's like, "Not that name. You're not a snake, and I'm not an ocelot." Oh, Alessio kind of dipped. Oh, shit. I can't hear you now. I don't know what's going on. Oh, you're muted. Your mic is muted.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Weird.
What the fuck?
Have I been muted?
No, not until like just now.
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Weird.
Can you guys hear me?
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't know what's going on. So I would reset my router, but I think there are multiple devices using the internet at my house right now. So I don't know. Let's see if we can get through it. Hopefully it catches up and everything's fine.
Should be okay.
Brutal.
I was no joke when I noticed you guys froze up. I was just honking the horn and just begging. I was like, "Let them hear this, please. Let them hear this."
Not a thing. No, we'll probably pick up on yours because you're still going.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But he goes, "You're not a." So get back into it. He goes, "You're not a snake. I'm not an ocelot. My name is Adamska."
Excuse me.
And suddenly we're like, "Oh shit, Adam and Eva."
Shit. And then Snake's like, "I'm John." And he goes, "Very well, John." And then
For the remainder of this series, by the way, I just need you to know people have been like, is his real name John or is it Jack or is it none of them? Like people legitimately do freak the fuck out over is he lying to Ocelot or not? And I don't think it matters. I think that's the point of saying John.
But also Jack is a nickname for John as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like, I think there have been moments where I think they've confirmed that his actual name is John.
Oh, got it.
Not in the games, but like interviews and stuff. I think they've
got it.
Behind them, but I'm pretty sure
It's still weird to me that Snake's real name is David.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta pull. My name is the actor's name, and
That's right.
Yeah, my real name is Hideo Kojima.
my name is John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
His name is actually my name as well.
Wow.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Wow.
That is the only time I will misgender Lily is whenever I'm making a joke about John Jingles, Jingle, Jangle Jangle.
You definitely know this person.
It was part of the joke. It was the quote. It was a lyric.
Yeah.
It was a limerick.
That's
What's the
exactly what
lyric?
the lyric was. Too. You got it in one.
100%.
Yeah, so they tell each other their names, and then you have to pick up one of the guns, and then you get into a fucking shootout with Ocelot, and nobody gets shot.
Yeah. Did you pick the right one?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
James, did you pick the right one?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
I looked it up.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. I wanted to know which one to pick.
I just want to shoot and kill this kid. I just want to kill this boy.
And then he's like, "All right, see you later." And then he just does does a tuck and roll out of the fucking plane.
Like, I'm outie.
And apparently the water they're flying above is shallow enough where he can roll.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but they, whatever, he's fine.
Well, and before he does that too, he's just like, so we should point out if you choose the right of the two guns and you shoot it and it goes off, it's the gun that he pulled off of his necklace and put in there. The gun that the bullet that jammed his gun originally, is just a blank when it goes, no matter what, no matter if you did it or if you get shot at.
Yeah. It's a blank.
But before he dives out, he's definitely like, "Hope I see you around." Like kind of his like, "I'll see you next time, kid."
Yeah. He sure
Boy,
does.
will he.
Yep. Well, he'll spend the rest of his life wanting to make Big Boss smile at him.
Yep.
He's the real, I just want a pat on the head, boss.
Yep.
That never
Truly.
comes.
He never gets it.
Fucking Troy Baker.
But yeah, so after this happens, Snake they're about to hit the tree line, and Snake helps her pull the wig up.
The wig and the MIG.
Wig and the MIG. And then they fly over the field of flowers, which is white again for some reason. And the horse is still there, and the horse neighs as they go. And they have this moment where Snake is holding her hand.
Then they look at each other.
And then they look at each other, and then it's like, "Oh, we made it." It's like, "Yeah, we did." And they start laughing and stuff, and it's this whole moment. And then
did they really?
Yeah, the planes show up again. And they're just they scramble the jets, and then it's just these things are armed, but we've come too far to stop here and stuff. And so
Not to constantly almost Friday pill the audience, but this was very much so like the two hands on the drive shaft of the minivan moment.
Oh yeah.
But they're just like, return to base now. This is an order from Khrushchev. And then there's like a moment, and then it's just like then it says we have to return to base, aborting mission, and it's just like somebody called them off. And so
Just Khrushchev. It's good old.
That's right.
Khrushchev.
I was getting it was Khrushchev was the one that called them off. That needed to return to base, but yeah, they were gonna have a little moment there. But yeah, they're about to kiss, and then of course, fucking Zero comes in and is just like and starts talking about like how
he did
like,
exactly that.
Yeah. But yeah, just talking about like, you know, why he might have done that, but it doesn't matter. So then they have to get back and they have to meet the president Langley.
It actually wasn't Khrushchev that called them off. Actually, it was Shuyo Murata, Hideo Kojima, and Tomokazu Fukushima that called those planes off.
Yep.
Before they go to Langley, though, these lovebirds take a little pit stop, and Big Boss
fuck on the bearskin rug.
Yeah, Big Boss canonically has not slept with anyone other than Eva in this moment. Canonically, in the lore of the
where
series,
his love of bikes starts too, right?
Only banged this one woman.
Yeah. This I didn't realize until the way this scene wraps up with Eva on like leaving on her bike. I was like, oh, that sequence is almost like shot for shot Big Boss in 5 on his bike. The one.
What bike does he have?
Big Boss.
Yeah. Very curious. It's a DD Triumph Bonneville T100. Is that the same as hers?
Let's see.
This is riveting.
I know.
Yeah, it says so.
Wow.
I see the Metal Gear wiki.
Yeah, I just checked actually the model.
the wiki.
I checked the model that each of them were modeled at, or the actual bike that they were modeled after, just by like taking a look at it. And yeah, straight up. Okay, cool. I like that. I like that detail a lot.
Yeah.
You can tell the way that it is.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, they you get to this like they're just like in this like cabin, and I think Alaska, based on the conversation with
I think they say that.
It
always comes back to Alaska. God damn it,
Alaska.
Yeah. So Alaska en route to Virginia, basically, because of course,
because they're coming from the other way.
Because you can see Russia from her house.
It's that land bridge thing, right?
Yeah.
That their land bridge.
Not their land bridge, but I
still gasped at the same moment in 2025 that I did in 2004, which is they're hanging out and doing their thing, and then when they both get a little hot and ready, they just drop their wine glasses on the fucking rug, and both me and 16-year-old Alessio are like, "What the fuck? You spilled red wine everywhere. Are you insane?"
They're like, this is an Airbnb we're not paying for.
Yeah. There's like this whole thing where he's just like, well, you go back to the KGB, you saved America, so maybe you should come back to America. And she's just like, I don't take orders from anybody now. And then they start like rolling in the hay a little bit. He starts getting a call on the radio, and then she takes his radio and throws it into the fire.
It's the best. And then so Snake's good. Like, fuck it, let's ride.
Yeah. And then they start canoodling a little bit. He wakes up, and she is gone.
She gone.
One of the best monologues in the series.
Yeah,
and the music that accompanies it.
Yeah, it's a great monologue. It's a great moment. Basically, he starts talking to this thing. It's like the first spy in history was the snake in the book of Genesis. It's like, whoa, okay.
She just goes from there. Yeah. The music is legitimately very good. Like, I normally don't like put music beds under us talking, but I think I'm just gonna put the whole fucking song.
It's so good.
It's worth doing. She goes like, in that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake, but this time I tempted the snake, and got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge. And he's listening to this like message that she recorded.
She left a fucking reel-to-reel tape just like on the coffee table with a radio right there for him.
Yeah, because as you're hearing this monologue, you're seeing him realizing she's gone and finding the tape and then going to play it.
This is why he becomes an incel for the rest of his life. Is the one relationship with a woman he had. She stood him up and made him feel dumb.
Yeah, she goes like, "I was never KGB. I never worked for the NSA. I'm an agent of China. I'm a Chinese agent, and I tricked you." She says her mission was to find out where Volgan was hiding the legacy and to steal it. And so she infiltrated his operation there, pretended to be Eva.
Right, because then the real Eva never showed up.
Yeah. Well, no, so he was supposed to meet Adam though. Wasn't like the whole point. He was supposed to meet Adam.
Right. He was supposed to meet Adam, but there was always a real Eva as well, I thought.
Yeah, but like we have no idea.
So Adam never showed up and Eva also never showed up. And so she took Eva's spot. Yeah. I mean, we know who Adam was.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just literally the guy named Adam.
Yeah. Well, we don't know that yet. Like we kind of know at this point, but like we find out a little bit later about like who Adam was. But we still, I don't think, has it ever been revealed like who the real Eva was?
I don't know. I don't think so. I can do a little detective work while you continue your description.
But yeah, so she talks about the philosopher's legacy and how it was supposed to be like shared between America, Russia, and China. But she was like, well, we couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take it all for themselves. So, you know, I went in to go take the legacy and get the launch data from the Shagohod, and all this other stuff. And then she talks about the, I wrote it down here. It's the Liangdan Yixing hydrogen bomb and their projects. It's like all of our projects are falling behind because Russia stopped giving us like nuclear data. So we wanted the data from the Shagohod to create a deterrent against U.S. and Soviet forces. And thanks to your help, I was able to do it. She goes,
"You're welcome."
Yeah, and then she says she's like the graduate of one of the philosopher's charm schools.
Saw that, yeah.
And she was legitimately raised in a joint like philosophers like U.S., Soviet, Chinese facility to become a sleeper agent before the war.
Okay, hold on. That's just real quick. Yeah. So she says that thankfully Adam never showed up, so she didn't have to kill him. But she never says anything about Eva. And she killed
Eva.
Hold on, but she hands Snake that 45, the incredibly customized 45. Do you think that's the real Eva's gun?
I must be, right?
That's crazy.
I've never thought about that before now. That's insane.
That's awesome.
I will say, I found this Reddit comment, not to throw a wrench in anything, but this is actually very fucking funny. I'm just going to read this comment as it stands. It's from 3 years ago. Okay. The logic is infallible. All we know is that the original Eva was a man. He defected to the Soviet Union at the same time as Adam. He was a code breaker, and his goal was to assist Snake during Operation Snake Eater. He didn't show up to the rendezvous point on time, which gave the Chinese spy we know the opportunity to wrench herself into the mission instead. Something to consider. Other than Eva and Ocelot, is there anyone else in the field who assists Snake during Operation Snake Eater? The only other person who remotely helps is the guard keeping an eye on Snake when he's imprisoned. He empathizes with Snake, and one of the ways you can escape the cell is that he gives you the code to unlock the door. Since this guy is Granddad Johnny, it's safe to assume that both he was having a bowel attack at a comedic timing and that he's unexpectedly badass due to the nature of the Johnny meme. What if he was the one who's supposed to meet with Snake at Razvet, but since he's busy blowing up an outhouse, Snake meets the Chinese spy instead? Grandpa Johnny sneaks into Groznygrad, cracks the base's radio codes, takes out the real guard to that cell while Snake's being tortured, and subsequently helps Snake escape in a super low-key way. Grandpa Johnny is the real Eva. That is my headcanon.
I kind of love that.
Yeah, I'll take
I'm
that.
adopting that as my headcanon
I'll
too.
Take that. Yeah. Pulling it down from the cloud, plugging it right into my brain. That's what it is for us.
As a podcast, we are officially endorsing Beautiful Conflict 84's comment from 3 years ago. Grandpa Johnny is the real Eva. That is canon.
Damned.
Also, considering how much Kojima fucking loves Johnny, I struggle to think that this might not be real.
Yeah. But yeah, so she talks about how like because of all this training and like being raised in these facilities, she wasn't surprised that like everybody was fooled except for the boss, because the boss was one of the philosopher's instructors. And so she knew she couldn't fool the boss, but the boss told her everything. And she was wondering why the boss opened up to her like that, and then she realized that it was because the boss had chosen her to tell Snake everything after she was gone. That's
Also
why she was
because they both she picked up on the fact that she used to be at a philosopher's school.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, did you? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, she was
My
an
bad,
instructor at the philosopher's school, and yeah, she went to the charm school. And then
I want to go to a
she said,
charm school.
yeah, I want to go to a charmed school. Love that show.
Oh, I thought you just meant like the Irish curtsy.
Oh no,
Charmed.
charmed, I'm sure.
I wish I had a fucking like St. Patrick's Day button to click on the soundboard.
I was going to say something.
I'm so sorry. I totally fucked that all up.
I'm pulling back. But
Oh, no.
but yeah, so her mission too was to kill Snake after everything, but she couldn't do it because of her promise to the boss, and so she left him.
It definitely was not her mission to bang the shit out of him, though. That was
No,
right?
That was all Eva.
All Eva.
She goes like, I couldn't do it, and you have to live. She says you have to live, and then you see her in the scene driving away on her bike, and then it cuts back to the tape, and it stops, and then fucking in the funniest way possible self-destructs.
It just like fart blows up. It's just
Yeah,
like,
it's so
wonderful.
goofy.
I love how seamless it goes from this to Snake entering the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like,
cuts
It's a great
really
great
quickly.
cut scene.
I'm not gonna lie. It has been. I have not done this since the very first time I played this game. The end of this cutscene and the end of her monologue, I literally cried playing
Yeah.
Delta.
Mhm.
I was like,
Yeah.
"You
It's
got me
beautiful.
again! God damn it!"
It's a great story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we should talk about
he goes into the White House, and he's walking, and you see the full body models of Zero and Paramedic and Sigint, and they're clapping and they're waiting for you.
It's
and you
very
get
end
this-
of Evangelion. Like they're all
Yeah,
standing around
yeah.
Shinji, like cheering.
Congratulations. Yeah. It's Zero that's doing the voiceover here, right? Where he's talking
It's
about
who?
like the boss was Zero.
Oh
So
yeah, I think
the
so.
boss was a hero who
I think so,
sacrificed
yeah.
for her country and everything like that. And like Snake is dressed up. He's walking up to the president, and
No, I think it's actually all Eva. I think this whole thing is Eva.
Is it Eva still?
Yeah, because she gets real charged when she's
It
like,
was- yeah,
you
you're right,
have
it
to be the
was.
one to remember. Yeah. It's
It
like an
was, yeah.
unbroken monologue.
Yeah, she was a hero, and like you have to. She did her duty and stuff like that. So, he's approaching the president here, and he's getting ready to get this medal. And he gets the medal. He gets the medal put on him, and he says, and the president says, you're even above the boss. I hereby award you the title of Big Boss.
Which is so goofy. It
Real
feels
like
like such like
fucking startup culture job title.
it feels like the screenwriters from Fast and the Furious took their crayons from that script and started using them on this script.
Yeah. So the president calls him a true patriot. Snake is saluting, and then
A
the
Jan
president
Sixer.
goes,
Yeah.
and then the president goes to shake his hand. James, did you go into first person here?
I didn't. No, but I read afterwards that there's
Oh.
something here.
It's wonderful.
If you go into first person while Snake is saluting the president and he's holding his hand out, and you kind of go to the left a little bit, Ocelot is just standing outside in like the fucking white like animus space outside of the Oval Office, and he does his like you're pretty
He
good
shoots you the
motion.
fucking
And yeah,
so
and
funny
then,
too because like I don't does it prompt you for the R1 here? I think this might be an
I don't-
unprompted one.
It might be unprompted.
I think it
My-
isn't because I don't remember seeing it.
My psychopathic ass just holds R1 for every cutscene in this game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'd completely forgotten, and then it just cut to it, and I was like, "What is going? Oh, you tricky fucker!"
That's awesome.
And so, you know, he shakes his hand and then he turns around and they do like a photo op moment, and then the fucking secretary walks up and puts his hand out and Snake is just like disgusted, and he like
Just
walks
no,
he like
not
snubs him.
shaking that shit.
Yeah. And the secretary is like, what the fuck? And then somebody else walks up to him and says, you know, we could use an infiltrator like that in Fox to handle our top secret sneaking missions.
What a thing to say casually.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Do you think that the qualifying action that makes him somebody that they want to seek out is that he fucking denied that guy the handshake?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we could really use a real go-getter like that.
Yeah.
Just a disgustingly disrespectful fucking.
But yeah, so he's like walking out now, and he runs into Zero and Sigyn and Paramedic, and he like stops in front of Zero and like makes like a really really sad face, and then like walks past, and like Paramedic looks really concerned, and they're just kind of like looking on.
They're kiki.
Yeah, they're kiki in there. And Eva continues her monologue where she talks about how like the boss's defection was a ruse that was set up by the U.S. government. And it was staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the Philosopher's Legacy. So the idea was the boss gets the legacy, the boss destroys the Shagohod, and they did the boss because she's a legendary hero, and they thought that she'd get Vulcan's trust, which she did, admittedly, because he's fucking stupid. Yeah, and then what wound up happening there is that Vulcan decided to test the Davy Crockett on Sokolov's research facility, and then Khrushchev was just like, "You got to prove that it wasn't you," and then it just became like a whole thing.
I think he did it on
and so-
purpose. Like I used to think that like, oh, Vulcan's so fucking pigheaded, he's just an irresponsible dumbass. But I think in this most recent play, I was like, he had to have done it on purpose, almost like fucking what's his name, like Denzel Washington in fucking Training Day, being like, if you don't smoke this, we have a problem. You know what I mean? He's like, if you're in it, I'm getting you in it. Like,
yeah, because that's the thing is like I say because he's stupid, but I think like he's not like the brightest bulb, but also I think he like has his assurances, and he has
right.
moments to like make sure that the people around him are loyal if as best he can figure.
Well, he definitely knew everybody was trying to steal this shit, and so do you think in his mind, do you think it was like, okay, the boss wants the boss is representing the U.S. trying to steal my legacy. Tanya is clearly representing some foreign entity, which we know to be China, trying to steal his shit. Do you think he thought that Ocelot or Granin were trying to steal it for Russia? Because there is no clarification in the script or not whether the rest of Russia knew that Vulcan had squirreled away the legacy from them, right? Is that still like open-ended, or did I miss something?
I could be. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
But from this point, right, Snake goes to
The cemetery, right?
what the fuck is the name of the cemetery? Super famous Washington D.C. cemetery.
Arlington? No.
Arlington. I think it is Arlington.
Is it
Yeah.
Arlington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the saddest fucking, I knew it was coming, and it still just broke my heart, one thing after another. It's just her tombstone is just like, here lies a true patriot, but like no other information.
Yep.
All while Eva's,
like over the top of it, Eva's just like, you know,
this is the most
history
impassioned Eva is during her entire monologue.
Yeah,
as well.
history will see her as a villain. They're going to revile her, and nobody's going to know the truth about what she did, and nobody will ever understand her. But I think she wanted you to know the truth, and she wanted to live on like as a woman, and not as like this like this like this monolith, this entity.
Yeah.
But she was forbidden from telling him herself, and so this is how she chose to do it. And Eva's like very much like, history's never going to know what she did. Nobody's ever going to learn the truth of what she did. But her history, her debriefing, her everything is going to endure in your heart, basically. And it's just like, you know, she did everything she did for her country, and all of this is happening, and he is putting these lilies on her, which I just want to throw this out. Those flowers are called grass lilies.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Not
shit.
on purpose.
I see what you
Not on
did there.
purpose.
It's all
I'm
connected.
kidding.
Not
Yeah.
on purpose.
Then he sets the Patriot down next to them as well.
Yeah,
Just because you can't live in America without just openly leaving an M16.
Oh my
and
god, can you imagine? Fucking huge gun at the cemetery.
Yeah.
God.
And then he salutes the grave.
That is the greatest video game salute of all time.
True.
Yeah, and he starts crying. If you first person, like, not only is his eye patch still doing the blurry thing, but like his vision is blurry because he's crying, and it's just like, fuck, dude.
It looks so much more intense in the remake, and like it just got me so hard. And like, not just that, but like when you're not holding R1, the micro movements of the new character model's face just fucking gutted me.
Yeah.
And like that level of emotion that's in his face, like Snake still looked like very defeated and upset and like hurt. But this felt like this is the kind of hurt this man's never going to fucking recover from.
Yeah.
And like the other thing that helped out quite a bit, which this is when it finally hit me how impactful it is. Every wound I had procured throughout the entire run of the game was clearly visible on his model during this moment. And to just see him all scarred up and shit just like added an additional layer of like, we've been through it, and you just like lost one of the most important people in your life.
Yeah. It's a very bittersweet ending to a story.
Yeah. Especially a fucking action game on the PS2.
Yeah.
Like,
totally.
Yeah. So I pulled this up because I want to read this all verbatim, because then you go to like the timeline thing that Metal Gear is wanting.
Such a cool timeline.
Games.
I expected there to be more on this timeline, so I was kind of disappointed that some stuff wasn't.
No.
Yeah. So I'm going to have a question for James here in a second.
James, hold on. Were you on the Peace Walker season with all of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much of that is such a huge spoiler for this. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I guess we waited long enough. I guess we waited long enough to where some of it.
No, it felt fresh, but there was definitely things where it was like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So October 15th, 1964, Khrushchev is ousted from power. Brezhnev becomes the first secretary of the Communist Party, with Kosygin as premier. So Brezhnev got into power anyway. They're just delaying the inevitable, essentially. October 16th, 1964, China conducts its first successful nuclear test in the Taklamakan Desert. 1965, SIGINT joins ARPA. What do you think that means, James?
That one threw me off because I was like, do I know what ARPANET is?
But you know one that starts with a different letter.
Yeah, you throw a D in front of that.
DARPA.
DARPA. So you think about the two black men in this series. Who do you think?
Oh,
SIGINT
no
is?
shit.
Yeah.
SIGINT is Donald Anderson, the DARPA chief himself.
Yep.
Oh, that's rad. I like that a lot.
So earlier on in the season, when we were talking about SIGINT, I said, you knew, and Alessio was like, no, stop. You're gonna spoil it.
I remember that. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Chances are, if there's a black character in a Metal Gear, he's going to be the black character in the entire fucking series.
So 65, SIGINT joins ARPA. He takes part in the development of ARPANET, which would go online in 1969. 1966, the U.S. government conducts a study on emergency medical treatment. The Department of Transportation lays the groundwork for the creation of the EMT system. I wonder who did that.
Right.
1968, Eva disappears without a trace in Hanoi. 1970, paramedic establishes the nation's first paramedic system in Seattle, Washington.
Wow.
1970, Major Zero disbands Fox. Also in 1970, the United States accumulates the remainder of the legacy. The U.S. branch of the Philosophers changes its name to the Patriots. 1970. 1971. If $5 a month, you'll know why I said it like that. 1971, carrying on the traditions of Major Zero and his Fox unit, Big Boss establishes Foxhound.
Sure he does.
Sure he does. 1972. No, so that
I love the
establishes
pause.
Foxhound. Big, long
Big, very, very deliberate pause.
1972, the Les Enfants Terribles project is developed.
It even hits
So-
you with like a fucking sting, like a
Yeah. So it's just that the Les Enfants Terribles project is developed, and then it's nothing, and then the line appears: "The sons of Big Boss are born."
I just
And
got
it's like,
goosebumps.
Yeah, I got goosebumps too. That's so fucking rad.
Yeah.
Um,
And then we
And
get
then
like
it-
another
I was gonna say, in my opinion, end it there, but no,
it
we
keeps
need
going.
a little bit
it
more.
has to end with this here.
in
You
grand
get
Metal Gear tradition.
Yeah, you get a little call. It's Ocelot, little Adamska himself. He's on.
Is
the
it always
podcast.
Ocelot? Is the post credits always Ocelot in Metal Gear?
I think it might always be Ocelot.
Oh,
I think it is.
that's cool.
So he's having this conversation. He goes, "Yes, Groznygrad and the Granin Research Facility have both been wiped out without a trace." I'm reading this as it's happening. He goes, "I understand, sir, but they were necessary sacrifices." So this is kind of flying counter to his whole like those are our comrades things from earlier.
Mhm.
Necessary sacrifices, he calls them. Then he goes, "Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves.
True.
I believe the White House will be satisfied. Khrushchev is finished. Your time has finally arrived." Oh, so I think he's talking to Brezhnev here, right? And then he goes,
Yeah. I think so.
"Yes, the American president is relying on us to keep a lid on the whole affair. We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations."
Oh, word choice.
He says, "Yes, Chief Director, of course, I'll keep the KGB informed."
And then
And then he hangs up
places another call.
and places another call. And you hear the rotary phone going.
So good.
It's very funny. It's just happening real time.
I think he only does 5 numbers, I believe.
Yeah, it's only
Because I
5.
counted it. I was like, come on. Nope.
He goes, "Yes, it's me.
I like that. Like, oh, it's him calling again.
Yeah, the boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us in America's hands." And like the music is starting to swell now.
Yeah.
And he goes, "With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived. The film we handed the Chinese was a fake." So now what's happening here is that Snake has the legacy in his hands in the cabin.
Mhm.
And he throws it aside because it's a fake that Eva
Mhm.
planted, but the one that she had was also a fake. So it's like this whole thing.
Yeah.
It says peaking must be in an upward right about now. And he says like peaking must be an upward right now. And he goes, "I'm afraid so. Only half of the money is made it back to the United States. The KGB must still have part of the legacy."
Oh, he knows.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Then he says the weapon has been reduced to ashes, and then he starts talking about how he's got that's right. The Groznygrad has been obliterated by the Davy Crockett running as well. He says, "Yes, that was the boss's work too." So this is confirmation that she's
Yeah.
Groznygrad
Right.
there.
Yeah, I guess I just never knew that there was like a visual component to it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like this all felt like it was like an off-screen thing.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
then
so
yeah,
that must mean that motherfucker knows that she's his mom.
For sure.
he has to at this point.
I think so. Yeah.
But then he goes, "I've obtained something from a granny you might find interesting." And this is like, we saw these plans for Metal Gear Rex in the scene with Granin.
Mhm.
And he says, "I've got this thing. It might come in handy someday." And he says, "We have John, I mean Snake, to thank for that." And that's like, okay. Khrushchev believed it as well. And yes, they bought our story. And if you weren't sure at this point, he says, "I don't think they'll be making a fuss." He goes, The secondary alert has been lifted. Sorry, we're reading. The Soviets still haven't discovered my true identity. And very smugly,
Oh, he's
he
a
goes,
smug
they have
little
no
bastard.
idea I've been triple crossing them. I will continue my activities as a contact for the new government.
That's sketchy as fuck.
Right.
Yes, it
Like,
appears. He goes, yes, it appears that no one knew that I was Adam.
Little
It's just
fucker.
like, oh, so if you weren't sure by now,
yeah, there it is.
There it is.
then he goes, of course, I'm always at the CIA's disposal, Mr. Director. Blah, 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 blah.
I love that sound effect so much.
It's so good.
Could you cue here? I once upon a time took down my final ranking for what I got
Oh, nice.
for beating this, but I forget because it's been a while.
Pause for 2 seconds. I have to piss again. I'm so sorry.
Good luck.
So we'll pick it back up on you telling us about your ranking.
Okay.
I was a big fat hairy tarantula.
Actually, this might be enough time. I will be right back too, because this might be enough time to.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, I got it.
Girl, did we just come in at the same time?
Hey.
Sorry, I've been drinking a shit ton of water to try to like make this mucus not be disgusting to deal with every day. So yeah, hit us with your rank, Lily, and then we can read these 2 messages. Do you want to read Mr. Moose's long fucking message? Okay, and then I'll read the other one that I've been sitting on.
Sorry. Yeah, so took a little cut there, and at one point I did not remember. But I got Scorpion.
Oh, nice.
I was Scorpion. I don't know exactly what the qualifications for Scorpion is, but that's what.
Does that mean you took a frog across the river on your back and then killed him anyway and said, "I'm sorry, I can't help it. Can't help it. It's my nature."
That's the way I are. Yeah.
James, what'd you get? Do you know?
I don't remember. I'm looking them up right now to see if it.
Playing jogs the old noggin.
Yeah.
I got a tarantula and I was very surprised. It showed me my kill count. I knew I got a couple of them, but holy shit, did not know I killed 150 people.
Fuck.
Fuck.
I think I'm assuming because on the motorcycle, I just fucking went ham. Like I went full like
sure.
M60 fucking
the
Rambo
motorcycle-
scream.
Oh yeah, if you use lethal weapons.
Yeah, 100%. I went off. I think it was like that. And then when Eva and I kept pulling the alarm, I was just like God sort them out.
Even if some good ones die, fuck it, the Lord will sort them, you know?
Yeah, exactly. They'll get where they need to be. Yeah, and I guess, and thus concludes one of the greatest.
Yeah. Gotta be one of the top 10 games of all time, right? Like,
I mean, it's pretty great.
yeah. It was awesome. I had a blast. I'm glad to have finally experienced it.
Yeah, in a weird way, I almost feel like So kind of both Portable Ops and Peace Walker kind of feel like weird vestigial sequels to this game. I mean, Portable Ops is quite literally a sequel to this game, and then Peace Walker is quite literally a sequel to that game. And then I would almost argue Ground Zeroes and MGS5 are just sequels to fucking Peace Walker directly. So it's almost like Kojima just became so obsessed with 60s, 70s Metal Gear, and then I guess 80s Metal Gear. It almost feels like Portable Ops, Peace Walker, and MGS5 are the same game, but just like split up and released in pieces over like a decade. Yeah.
God, yeah, I would love like a definitive version of like Peace Walker, Ground Zeroes, and 5 all in the same engine. That'd be so sick because I really enjoyed the story of Peace Walker.
Peace Walker is so good.
Peace Walker is so good. I like the visual aspect of like how they do their cutscenes and that like art style. So good.
I do want to ask this question now.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's the fuckery with that MGS5 pulls, which like I'll try to not be very specific for anybody who's going to inevitably play that. But there's the whole fuckery of like, well, he didn't really do that kind of bullshit. Snake, I'll say Big Boss makes some pretty stupid mistakes. But would you consider him to be like legitimately a villain, I guess? Or is he just like an unfortunately dim-witted megalomaniac?
I think it's actually really interesting because I think it's a little bit of both. And I think a lot of it comes down to what time period and what perspective you look at Big Boss in. Because I feel like, from his perspective, like, no, he's continuing the mission. And so, like, I don't think anybody in that camp would see him as a villain. But then, you look at the impact he has on the world and the PMCs and everything. And it's like, well, clearly not doing good shit. And like maybe the philosophers weren't doing good shit themselves either. Right. And you shouldn't have continued that mission.
It's just, it's on top of that too. It's like, I think the interesting thing for me is starting MGS3 in 2004. I was thinking to myself like, oh, we're going to get the origin story of like a huge super villain.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, the only thing that we know about Big Boss that he is bad are the things that we are told in the games where you play as Snake.
Yeah.
So like in Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2, and Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2, you just hear about Big Boss. Or you hear some like two-dimensional cartoon villain shit from him over the radio in the original two games. So it's like part of me wonders like how much of it is him actually being a villain and how much of it is just like it's hard to get into it without getting into like hyper spoilers.
Yeah.
So like I don't know when to ever talk about
I feel
this
like
shit.
I almost feel like we need to at some point do like a special like lore episode where
like
it's
a full like all spoilers off kind of
it's like an extravaganza of the Metal Gear universe. Yeah.
Well, because one question that bubbles up that I really want to ask is like at the end of the day, who the fuck is Snake of the Solid variety in Agent 4?
Yeah.
Is he Big Boss's guy? Is he the other big bad main villain of the entire series that I can't name right now because of spoiler reasons? Is he Ocelot's agent?
Right.
Like who the fuck is Snake following?
Yeah.
And like obviously he answers the question in his own way where he's like, I don't like because of Cyborg Ninja dying in the original game, he's like, I fight for what I believe in now, blah, 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 blah. But I almost feel like I don't know. I almost just kind of feel like it never feels like Snake is projecting himself onto the world. It always feels like, and I do mean this to include all of the Snakes when I say this, it always feels like that they are they're getting a reflection reflected back at them at all times.
Yeah.
So like none of these fellas are going in full cocked. Like all these guys I feel like are being fed
different
bullshit.
shit. Yeah.
Like everybody with the codename Snake.
I definitely see that.
Because like obviously like after this point, like Big Boss becomes the guy who is kind of manipulating the things and you move on to Snake. That's like a whole thing. It's like that's the point. It's like the person, the Snake the perspective of the snake you are is getting ping ponged around.
Right.
You don't really do anything, and they're just kind of like moving forward. It's like a big old. It's like the whole thing. The whole series is like a big old chess match between.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. I think the sad part is like I think Big Boss is still that way even after it's all said and done. Like I feel like even Big Boss is just like kind of chasing his own fucking tail and doesn't really know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's chasing after the mission of a dead mentor,
Yeah.
And at that point, like you almost like when you idealize someone like that and it goes on for so long, it's like the mission is lost. Like you don't know how she would feel about what's going on now.
Yeah.
Like
if she were here to talk to you, would she even recognize you anymore? Like
yeah.
Well, there's like a whole conversation in the Discord about like, I wonder what the boss's legacy was, and I think I made the point. I can't remember who brought this up. It might have been Thomas, who we'll hear about soon. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like it almost doesn't matter because like I don't think either of them, whether it be Big Boss or the other person,
right,
like really,
or the other person did,
or the other he even has a grip on what she actually wanted. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Also, at the end of the day, like, what if she didn't want anything? What if she was just feeding him a line so that he would kill her?
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, the true protagonist of the game series is Eva.
Truly.
I do like how that circles back. I will say that. I don't want to say too much more, but to excite James, Eva's story is not complete.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm excited to learn more.
Get your head out of the gutter, you pervert. I know what you're excited for.
I'm ready for those jiggle physics to come back in full force, baby.
Jiggle or bust.
Get that silicone out of there.
Jiggle and bust. Nice. So that concludes the story of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Next time we'll talk about like Fox Hunt and all the extra bonus stuff. We do have some things to read as well. Before I do though, as we're recording, it is November 24th in Japan already.
Oh shit. Okay.
But as we're recording, for us, tomorrow is the birthday of Akio Otsuka, who is the Japanese voice of Snake.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. He's 67, I think.
67 is a very great age to reach, I must say.
7.
No.
I think what we meant to say was Otanjobyo Medeto.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. No, he is 66. He's turning 66. He has turned 66 in his time then. But he's been doing a lot of stuff. He's Japanese voice of Snake. He's Gaius in 14, Alessio.
Oh, nice.
He's Ansem. He Norts a couple boys.
Oh shit. Yeah, he's definitely Norton boys.
Yeah, he's Xehanort also. He's Seth in Street Fighter 4.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm waiting for you to be like, he's Kazuma Kiryu and no, I'm kidding.
He's in Yakuza, but I think
is he the bartender guy?
No, he's gonna be. You haven't met him yet. He's in Like a Dragon, so his character's Like a Dragon.
I did start picking away at Judgment again a little bit. And I got excited again. I got a little spark.
Good. He's Lord Shimura in Ghost of Tsushima.
Nice.
That's cool.
The uncle.
Uncle Grandfather.
Uncle Grandfather.
Yeah. He's Heizme in Metaphor.
Oh, nice. That is a game that I'm like 10 hours into and I've not touched in like 8 months.
Yeah. It's really good, but I think like a lot of its flaws become very apparent after you play something like Expedition 33 the very next year, and it's just like,
yeah.
man.
I mean, it's
But
just SMT at the end of the day, but with new,
with new paint and stuff. It was still my
Yeah.
game of the year last year. So
yeah. No. I mean, it's a wonderful game, just from the little bit I've played. Nice. Mine is pretty incircumstantial but fun, so I'm just gonna rattle mine off real quick, Lily. So this So this comes from a fella named Christopher Noble, who originally reached out to the show back on March 9th of 2023.
Whoa, God.
Yeah.
Wild.
We've been kind of going back and forth here and there. And I think just because we've switched over emails a few times, I'm getting like partials, but the very last time, which you need to know in reference of all this stuff, the very last time that Christopher reached out, he said, "Hey Alessio, lots of Metal Gear Solid news recently. Would seem like a good time for you to announce your next Metal Gear Solid podcast, deliberating the new collection and further a remastering of our best Snakey Boy. It's the podcast we don't deserve, but we need. All the best. Please do it, Chris." And that was September 14th of 2023.
Oh,
and in response, all I did was I shot a winking face. And so Chris just said the next day, "This emoji fills me with deep joy. If this emoji signals even the slightest possibility, I want in." And so fast forward to, and I've been sitting on this email for a little bit, so apologies, Chris. September 22nd, 2025. Chris says, "Alessio, if you glance at this email chain, you will remember sending me a wink emoji when I asked if the podcast will be brought back for Delta some 2 years ago. I have just discovered that MGM is back, and it has filled me with deep, unbridled, and quite unhinged joy.
Yes.
I will email again when the series is done to absolutely fanboy to the moon. But for now, I must bring to your attention that in part 1 of the Delta series, when discovering Calorie Mate, you describe the taste as shortbread and reference the Scott's biscuits with a plaid wrapper. Yeah. As a Scottish person and lifetime Snakey Boy, please be corrected and please understand that we wear tartan, not plaid. This is the most American description of something Scottish conceivable. Whoa. I know that when you get something wrong, you feel deep anxiety until it is corrected. You have mentioned this on the podcast. I hope you can make this right in future podcasts. The snack you are referencing is shortbread. It is Scottish, not Scots. No one says that. It is tartan, not plaid."
It's not even Scott. It's Walker's. Is the
and I will say in American English, it is used interchangeably with plaid.
For sure. And anyway, he sends me an image for a reference, and it's Walker's. But I think it's just because I said Scott in like shortening of Scottish.
Sure. Yeah.
But he said, "You are forgiven. Also, please do not let Google lead your potential investigations into this subject. They never came to ask us. Take it straight from the motherland. Best, Chris." And then I said, "Bless you, Chris. You're really living up to your last name," which was Noble. Can't wait to hear what you think of the new episodes. So anyway,
hell yeah.
I hope you're having a good time, Chris.
Fun. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed.
Hopefully you're still listening and that hasn't destroyed your hasn't destroyed your respect for Metal Gear Monday.
And you know what? And it could be like, don't listen to Google about this, but I'm going to listen to Google about this. Plaid and tartan are not the same. Tartans are all considered a type of plaid.
Oh.
So plaid is more general, and then a tartan is a very specific symmetrical pattern of crisscrossed plaid.
Okay.
So technically,
I feel like everybody's right.
Yeah, everybody wins this Club Crania.
Yeah.
I'm
going to take it right out of the Scott's mouth, and I'm just going to say, "Thanks, Chris." Never look a gift Scott in the mouth.
Oh my God!
I'm looking at this. What is this? What is this place? I want to.
Scottish people refer to themselves as Scotch or Scots or Scott, or is it just Scottish? What do they say? Is there a shortening? Am I fucking this all up?
I've always heard Scots.
I feel like I'm tripping and falling down Scottish stairs right now. You know what I want though? Some fucking Walker's shortbread cookies. Those are so good.
Yeah.
And by shortbread cookie, I mean
and
it's just a stick of butter with fucking crumbs on it, is what it is.
Yeah, and this is coming from, it says clan, what is scottweb.co.uk?
I'm sorry, you didn't say that last part correctly, Lily.
What? Scottweb.co.uk. Got you, Kai.
There you go.
I was like, what? It's like, yeah. They sell kilts and Highland wear. This is a very specific sell. And so they have a whole page by Dr. Nick Fiddes.
What a
Let me
name.
look up Dr. Nick Fiddes. Founder. Okay, I am Nick Fiddes, founder of Scotland's oldest heritage site, owner of the world's last artisanal tartan weaving mill, and enthusiast for Scottish culture. So, on Dr. Nick Fiddes' website here, a tartan is a pattern cloth consisting of crisscross horizontal and vertical bands in multiple colors, typically associated with Scottish culture and heritage. On the other hand, a plaid traditionally refers to a rectangular piece of cloth typically made with wool that can be worn as a shawl or scarf or used as a blanket. But nowadays, the word plaid is often used in North America, especially to refer to generically colored crisscross fabrics, including but not only tartans. The key to understanding plaids is to know. This is great for a Metal Gear podcast. The key to understanding plaid is to know that
I love it when they talk about the game.
It's my favorite part.
Yeah,
I love it when they talk about plaid.
This is interesting. The key to understanding plaid is to know that it's an old Scottish word for blanket or wrap. Explains why the word plaid has 3 overlapping but different meanings. Plaid.
James, did you just slap a wad of cash down on your leg? James looked like he lost a bet, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
God damn it! That's the house. Plaid sometimes describes a crisscross pattern of tartans or similar, and can also mean the fabric or cloth woven into those tartan style patterns. And for Scots, the plaid is mostly a type of traditional garment worn in various styles, such as the belted plaid, fly plaid, Arisade plaid, shepherd's plaid, and piper's plaid or drummer's plaid.
As Modest Mouse once said, blame it on the tartans.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, wait, that was Tetons. My bad. That's not the same thing?
No. So basically, plaid is like the article of clothing. The pattern on the plaid is tartan.
So he is correct.
I think we're all right.
I want those Walker shortbreads with the plaid on them.
You mail this in.
Yeah.
All is forgiven.
So this comes to us from. It was sent to us by Thomas Moose, but I think it seems like it's a joint venture from Thomas.
I like joint adventure.
a joint adventure from Thomas and Seamus Moose. Who, congratulations, Seamus, just got engaged.
Big ups. A tale of two me's.
Tale of two me's. The subject line is thoughts on Delta's story and meaning. So we got this back at the beginning of September 4th, and we've been hanging on to it.
It's been a minute
for the end of story coverage. So we talked
Happy Thanksgiving, motherfucker.
Thomas,
not to Chris though. Christopher Noble doesn't get fucking Thanksgiving wishes because he's across the pond.
No. Angry tartan man.
I love that. My new favorite thing. I just love the angry tartan man. It's very good. If that's not your username at the end of this, Chris, if you don't change every fucking username you have to angry tartan man.
Yeah. The cadence of that reminded me earlier today. Me and Chelsea were running some errands, and I'm not a big fan of Sleep Token. I know a lot of people are, but I'm not super into them. And I was like, can we skip this song? And she's like, okay, sure. And so we skipped it. And she goes, I really love that. Because it was like a shuffle thing. And I was like, why is there so many of these songs in a row? And she goes, it's like most recent, like my most listened to playlist. I listen to something else. And she goes, no, I love it. It's like one of my favorites of all time. I can't help it. They make music that gives me goosebumps and shivers. What are you talking about?
That's fucking awesome.
Like, that's so like good. A fucking
that's so
3-year-old talking to me right now.
That's so good.
Anyway, Thomas says, ahoy hoy. I've been texting with my brother Seamus about the lessons MGS3 tries to teach us, and he suggested I send them y'all's way. So far, I've only made it as far as Groznygrad. Oh, I guess we could have. No.
Oops.
So it could be that
there's a lot of spoilers.
Beach. Yeah. Could be that hearing the boss's speech at the end will change things, but here's what I began thinking about after the virtuous mission. Big Boss was never a soldier. At the
Damn.
start of the virtuous mission, the boss tells Naked Snake he's a natural-born fighter, but he's not quite a soldier. She then explains that a soldier must think of nothing but the mission because politics and enemies change all the time. Snake tries to claim that he does that because he follows the top brass no matter who they are. The boss tells him that his conscience will get to him someday if he doesn't become a real soldier. Excuse me, Jesus.
It's contagious. I'm telling you,
God.
get me sick.
They just coming through the speakers. Before this, Snake had trained with the boss for 10 years, from the age of 14 or 15. When Eva asked Snake about his relationship with the boss,
She was grooming him.
Big time.
And if it's love, he says it's deeper than that. I think what Snake was saying, even without realizing it, was that he was infatuated with the fact that the legendary soldier from World War II picked him and gave him purpose.
I think it's because
Fighting
this
with the
woman's
boss.
been fucking with his brain since he was a preteen, is what I
Yeah.
think's going on.
I saw May to December. I know how this works.
Yeah, his brain hadn't developed properly yet. She was training a child, a literal child.
So,
Wait, what did Megyn Kelly say? Actually, it's actually not bad unless they're like
Oh, no,
7
no.
or 8.
Not the Megyn Kelly quote.
I'm sorry.
Don't utter her name here.
Fighting with the boss was his purpose. I think he fell in love with the boss's legend and wanted to be a part of it. And later, he and Zero used the legend of Big Boss in much the same way to recruit new fighters. When the boss leaves Jack, he continues in the armed services because it's what he knows. But when he's talking to Eva at the swamp, I think, he says that he has to fight for something he believes in, much like Gray Fox does when he dies in front of Solid Snake.
I hate it when Gray Fox dies in front of me.
God, I hate it when they talk about the game and not when Gray Fox dies in front of me. I think after killing the boss, Snake is so disgusted by how she was treated, he completely discards her idea of what a soldier is, and he remains a fighter. He starts Outer Heaven, so other soldiers will be used like the boss was. In a way, I think he holds her in reverence and contempt. But I think this... Ooh, should we read this?
Big spoilies. Let's skip this part, I think. Hold on. Get to here Seamus texted me, I think. Yeah. So skip that whole... It's a good thing James can't see this with his eyes.
I can't.
Yeah. So there's a big old paragraph here about some stuff that happens at the end of MGS4 that we're not going to talk about.
Like some quite literal, like last minute, 11th hour spoilers.
Yeah. So we go through that, and then he makes a note here. Here, Seamus texted me, "Are you going to be a soldier or just another?"
Oh, sorry. There is one thing we should actually read. He said, "That's one reason I want to know who sent the boss to retrieve the philosopher's legacy. I'd also be curious to play Peace Walker to see if he and Miller refer to their own men as soldiers or by other terms."
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good call. Anyway, here Seamus texted me, "Are you going to be a soldier or just another man with a gun? And when you strip away the military paint job of the series, the question simply is, what type of person are you going to be?" I think Big Boss respected Snake as a... I think Big Boss respected Snake as a soldier also because he was able to achieve a type of selflessness that reminded him of the boss. Tommy's response: "You hit the nail on the head about stripping the military paint job away. That's why I want to know the boss's motivation for going after the legacy." So it was Thomas that was in the Discord I was talking to.
I've never received an email before that was also like a peek into a whole other conversation.
Yeah. We know Kojima said MGS3 was about scene, and this could just be me projecting, but I think he may be speaking out against nationalism or any sort of ism that demands us to not examine it.
James, do you know about the meme gene scene thing?
I don't think so.
So Kojima famously one day said that MGS doesn't stand for Metal Gear Solid. It stands for meme, gene, and scene. And that like... Essentially, I'm trying to remember exactly where it was, but the original Metal Gear Solid represents genes because it's all about gene therapy. It's all about like the genome soldiers are actually brothers of Snake and Liquid and Solid and blah, blah, blah. MGS2 is all about memes. We'll talk about that when we cover it. It's quite literally what it is passing ideas down. And this is scene. You're actually like on the scene of the inciting incident. It's not like secondhand or anything.
Interesting. Okay.
And so anyway, that was like terminology that was being thrown around during the marketing of MGS3.
I see.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. Continuing here. It seems like if we strip out the part about being a soldier, what we're left with is that times and motivations change. And if we get too invested in our current ways of thinking, soon our conscience will start to bother us as we see cracks in our national philosophy. This can lead to one of four question mark in parentheses here outcomes when your conscience starts bothering you. One,
Yeah, be careful of 3, Lily.
yeah, I will. One, double down on your beliefs and ignore the problems. This is how we end up with people like Volgan in the modern Republican Party.
Hell yeah.
Demand obedience. Everyone not in our specific group is the enemy, which is why it doesn't bother Volgan to launch a mule at his fellow Russians. They aren't the right kind of Russians.
Interesting. I never thought of it like that. It reminds me of that scene from Civil War with Jesse Plemons where he's like, what type of American are you?
That was such a tense scene. I still haven't watched the movie, but
that whole scene is available on YouTube. If anybody wants to see Alex Garland's Civil War, just type in Jesse Plemons Civil War scene on YouTube. Good. It's like one of the best scenes in like a modern film.
Truly.
Yeah. 2, you feel betrayed and decide burning it all down is the answer. This is where Big Boss goes, and it reminds me of liberals who voted for Trump because he acted like he was coming in to burn it all down and change things. Yeah.
I think you might be able to self-censor part of 3 and still say it.
Yeah, I'm gonna like slowly read through 3 and kind of pick and choose. 3 is Zero's route, where you decide the system wasn't broken; it just needs to be controlled more. This reminds me somewhat of Republicans trying to control people, but more so reminds me of myself 10 to 15 years ago, and probably how many liberals are now. Back then, I thought that people would make the right decisions if given the right information. I thought all of us would want society to progress and better itself. I didn't recognize how many of the other people existed, so I tried for years to get the right information out there and to only hit brick walls people built in their brains. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this last part. I think just wholesale.
Yeah. Just know that it becomes information control. Essentially.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And 4, the bosses in Solid Snake's way. Much of the essence of this is said when Snake talks to Raiden at the end of MGS2.
This isn't really spoilery. This is like pretty general.
Yeah. Find something to believe in and find it for yourself. When you do, pass it on to the future. Raiden, believe in what? Solid Snake, that's your problem. And we can tell other people about having faith, what we had faith in, what we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you're willing to have, and that decides the future. And building the future and keeping the past alive are one and the same thing. Finally, through speech, music, literature, and movies, what we've seen, heard, felt, anger, joy, and sorrow. These are the things I will pass on. That's what I live for. We need to pass the torch and let our children read our messy and sad history by its light. I think what they are both saying is that we need to recognize that times change. We can't invest ourselves too much in any system. All we can do is figure out what we believe in and try to pass it on. And there's a warning in there that if we do become too invested in any system, it could turn us into monsters no matter what side we're on. I'm going to add a 5th route people can take that I just thought of. Ignore everything and just live your life. There are plenty of people who never look in depth at how the world works, or in my case, maybe have a chronic condition that forced them to expend all their energy just getting by. These are the people Psycho Manus hated, people who just live as biological creatures and never use the higher faculties we have. Also, this was Q from Star Trek's whole thing, trying to get Picard humanity to think past our basic biology and how we affect the universe. While there is nothing wrong with this, especially for people who don't have a choice due to circumstances, even these folks are pushing ideas forward just by existing and perpetuating whatever system they're in. This is why Snake is trying to inspire Raiden by telling him we can leave behind more than just DNA. He's telling him that even with his personal circumstances, he can choose what to pass on.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you, Thomas. And by
write a book.
Famous. Yeah.
Shoot us a novel.
Yeah, that's really good.
I really like that. I love a good analysis on a story like this, honestly. Like, I appreciate like how much people can take away from the same story.
Yeah. Well, and also like, it's funny because like I did kind of want to talk about these different sort of mindsets, right? Of to like what to do at the end of MGS3, and like he did kind of touch on it without having to spoil anything, almost.
Yeah.
But Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's all super important shit. And I guess I'd never really thought about just reading the sentence. Where is it? We can't invest ourselves too much in any one system. I had never really thought of it like that, but if you think of just sort of like the cultural just sort of the cultural infrastructure and the cultural foundation and a lot of like assumptions and projections that we make, just thinking of them as like, I only buy my games on Steam.
Yeah.
Right. It's like you are kind of investing so much into something that at the end of the fucking day is not necessarily going to be there for you the next day.
It's like ambivalent to your existence. Like,
yeah. I know a lot of people, especially these days, unfortunately, live in this gig culture situation. And as somebody who's worked freelance in film and TV for so long, you just kind of get used to not having sturdy ground to stand on. Like it's just not a thing. And I think one thing I've noticed, especially with like older folks, like the Gen Xers who are starting to age out, or even boomers who are starting to like super age out, is like at some point they forgot that we're all just free falling and they happened to land on a little patch of floating land and decided to build their entire fucking life on it.
Yep.
And just completely forgot what it felt like to free fall again.
Yep.
And like we are dealing with the ramifications of people squandering every little piece of the fucking island. And that circle's just getting closer and closer and closer and closer. And it's just, learn how to survive while free falling. If you can learn how to survive while having a little modicum of fear in your gut at all times, I think you'll come out the other side a better person, much better than me for sure.
Sometimes you just got to be like, where we dropping, boys? And
drop them.
Definitely cueing the bus sound right here. Fucking Doppler bus horn. This is a good episode, guys.
This is a great episode.
We're back to our pre-recording. James and I were identifying some stats from the MGM vaults, and it seems like since the show has come back, the average runtime is 2.5 hours long. This is pretty much on the money with that after all the edits and stuff. So
this is a fun one.
Yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed the incredibly lengthy time it took for us to finish Delta.
It's great.
I'm very excited. I thought this year went incredibly well. This is our first year back.
Yeah, 2025.
We're not technically done yet. We're
more to come.
Like I said, at some point in the coming days, you're going to get our PRGE episode that we talked about at the top. But that, to remind you, is going to be our experiences at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. You're going to hear the panels that we did there. You're going to hear our interview with Paul Eiding and hear about his play that you should definitely go check out if you're in the area or you can make it. I don't know. I think I don't want to presume or put extra work on you, but I think we could sneak like a little a little tease of the
little bit
MGM Live episode in there too, just to be like, hey.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Here's a little. It might be a super cut. I might do a super cut under some tunes or something. There'll be a montage.
A little training montage. And then our next official episode is going to be, like we said, we're going to come back and talk about like our experiences with Fox Hunt, Secret Theater.
I gotta get in on a Fox Hunt night, y'all.
You do. It's fun.
James, even if you do get a little bit, so I guess this is for anybody who's yet to dip their toe. If you do a group of more than 2 people, you can't queue up anymore. You just have to play with that group. If it's just you and one other person, you can queue up into like the main pool.
Interesting.
So James, if you're ever around and you have some free time, just shoot me a text.
Hell yeah.
Hop on. But if we're doing a big group thing, I would say like we got to at least get like 4 or 6 people because it pairs you off. So if we had like 5 people, it'd be 2 teams of 2 and then just a random by themselves. But you can share room codes. So hopefully if Konami ever pulls the plug, they will allow us to continue to just privately host games.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
But yeah, hop on the Discord. If you're listening to this and you want to be a patron, hop on the Discord, start your own Fox Hunt game and shoot us your room code, or keep an eye out for our room codes whenever we play. But yeah, Yeah, James, shoot me a text if you're ever on. My
Hell
work
yeah, I
week is
will.
pretty slow this coming week.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, so is mine. But yeah, we'll play some.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
play some more. So that's our next official episode, and then like we said, we're going to our finale for the year is going to be the full cut of our live episode at Portland Retro Gaming Expo, our first live show ever. It was very cool, very exciting. The girlies showed up for that, by the way.
Mhm.
There was a lot of dolls.
Girl, you can say it. You can say the dolls showed up. The dolls showed up.
I just said the dolls showed up, and that was really cool. And a lot of people that were at the No Kings protest, we showed up too.
It was sick. Yeah,
Hell
great
yeah.
audience.
Yeah, very cool audience. Lots of good interactions.
It's a lot of fun.
So, yeah. So yeah, check that out. That's coming up. And like I said, we're taking a little holiday breaky poo, and then we'll be back in the new year with MGS2. But we're not done yet. You're going to hear from us a couple more times before it all.
Yeah. We should probably talk scheduling for MGS2 season and then reveal those dates closer to the end of the year. Just because
I guess something too. We could do like a little like pre-roll before the live episode. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
What's happening there? So that will be coming.
But yeah, cool. Yeah, and if you're a Patriot Club member, which by the way was so funny, I'm trying to remember what I was doing. I think I was checking the Patriot Club poll or something on my phone, and my wife goes, "Patriot Club? What the fuck are you involved in, Alessio?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "This is the Metal Gear Mondays like Patreon thing," and she was like, "What did you guys do?"
Kaylee had the same reaction. She's like, "You're recording what?"
Can I just say that it sucks that the word patriot is just gone now? Like you just can't use it. We got grandfathered in. Metal Gear took care of us. Metal Gear was like, it's an actual capital P noun.
Yeah,
that's right.
That sucked.
Go to patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays if you'd like to support us. And
if you'd like to if you would like to join the Patriot Club.
Yeah, if you'd like to be a true patriot, go to patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays and hear us talk about literally everything that is not the game, if that's your bag.
Yeah, forever.
Forever.
Metal Gear Mondays themed Bibles.
Yeah. Alessio, where can people find you?
Cowering under my desk. No, you can find me. I don't know. I'm just going to point people to, you should go to youtube.com/at symbol. I don't know why the fuck YouTube does this. At Alessio made that. Or you should just fucking YouTube and look up the film Are You All Right? Because my weird random boost of views just keeps going. And we're like almost at 8,000 views. So many comments, so many likes. Some random fucking live streamer just like streamed the film and commented on it. It was very funny.
It was very funny.
It's just been fun seeing people like, not only that, I like uploaded a film my wife wrote that I helped her make. And even that just randomly like caught some strays and got like 500 views for nothing. Like, so it's like, I mean, these are like fucking baby numbers, but
Still,
for me,
I want to hear about something MTV Cribs like for a Monday.
Oh yeah.
Which is,
so James did.
James. Holy
That's right.
Yeah. James did a Forever an Astronaut studio walkthrough in the style of MTV
where for
Cribs.
some reason we decided it had to be done in like one take, and so you can just hear me hyperventilating because I can't fucking.
I forgot about that until I was listening to it. It was so funny.
I showed Kaylee's like, "Were you a little winded?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was a little winded."
Yeah, a little bit. I've been to the studio. Actually, the picture in the thumbnail is the picture that the infamous picture of me, Isaac, and Alessio.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that couch.
First time I ever met Isaac in person.
That's right.
Yeah.
Took together.
Also, you can follow me on YouTube, which would be great, and you can anxiously await the day that I upload a commercial that James and I co-directed that I've been sitting on because I realized looking back at it that I was pushing a skateboard Mongo, and I don't want anyone.
No, is it the Alive?
It is.
Yeah, I remember.
It's a good spot. I like that spot. But then I saw that shot and almost vomited and was like, "What?
Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my cred."
Yeah, somebody's gonna come kill me. Hey, are you Alessio? Yeah, and then they fucking they cut my Achilles tendon with a fucking box cutter, and then run off.
Fucking riding Mongo, you little bitch.
Bitch, you mall grab too, piece of shit. Kicked my teeth out.
Do you mall grab?
Dude, I literally sat down and I got Kristen, and I was not putting her at gunpoint. I told her multiple times she didn't have to watch if she didn't want to. But we watched Yeah Right, the Girl Skateboards and Chocolate Skateboards film that Spike Jonze directed last night. It was very good. But anyway, yeah, you can find me on YouTube. Long story.
What about you, James?
I'd say also go to Alessio's YouTube channel. I think that's probably the best spot.
Hell yeah.
If you want to throw DJ Racking into your Google search and just fucking you go find it yourself. All right.
Hey, James is all over that shit on my YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
And for me, you can also go to youtube.com/@Alessio made that.
Thank you for all of your co-signatures this week, everybody.
So you can do that. You can also go to linktree.com/Liliana Dawn. That's where you'll get links to my books and my other podcasts. So actually, that's a fun fact. So last, as you were listening to this, it will have been last week. Adam and I released the final episode of Adam and Lily at the Disco, which was us. We spent the last we had a season of 11 episodes where we ranked all 112 Panic at the Disco songs just to wrap everything up. And so
I feel like James stole Adam's hat.
Yeah, it very much does look like Adam's hat. It's kind of funny.
I did. Right before we recorded this, I knew this was coming up.
Flew to Kansas, punched him in the mouth.
Sorry,
he didn't have to fly to Kansas. He could have fucking driven to Kansas.
Yeah,
that's true. He could have just driven to Kansas.
Driving all goddamn day.
So there was our top 10 Panic at the Disco songs ever, and we had literally just about everybody that has ever written into our show wrote in, and so we had a really long hour-long segment of listener mail that we did before we did everything, and it was very cool.
That's so fun.
We announced our new podcast coming up soon, which Alessio so graciously made a banger theme song for.
It was fun.
Called the Sad Kids Record Society.
Ooh.
So it's the same concept as Adam and Lily at the Disco, except we are kind of expanding out to be all of emo, all of pop punk, expanding even further out, just general music. So the premiere episode is going to be us talking about that really wild Rolling Stones 250 greatest songs of the 21st century so far that came out a couple months ago. That's going to be our very first episode on April 7th. Ooh. And then our first season, we're swinging big. We're going to cover the Black Parade for our first season.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So April 7th, Sad Kids Record Society is coming. You can also follow it on Instagram, Sad Kids Record Society on Instagram. So we have ours.
I feel like I desperately want a special episode out of that podcast that's all about Warped Tour.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. Yeah,
that'd be so fun.
I've been to 3 Warped Tours. So
yeah,
really good.
Shit.
I think I've also been to 3 Warped Tours, actually.
You got to call the episode Thrice Warped.
Twice bitten, thrice warped.
Yes.
So go to linktree.com/LeonDon to find all of that stuff, or you can go to Sad Kids Record Society on Instagram and follow us there.
Hell yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, that was a fun project, by the way.
Yeah, it was really it's really good. You can see you can hear I posted a clip of the intro on that Instagram account if you want to see what Alessio did before April 7th.
Yeah. Nice. Well, fuck. This is the grand conclusion. Feels good. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny that I got the item and never once used it. Literally doing Fox Hunt the other night with Lily was the first time I equipped a fucking cardboard box in my entire life.
Yeah.
In this game, in this MGS3.
Yeah.
I don't know, Lily, if this was your experience, but I would see it in my inventory sometimes, and I would just think to myself, yeah, but it's just a box.
Just a box.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom super quick. By the way, I'm like,
all right, good luck.
Pee dance, pee
Yeah.
pop pop, pee
I'm happy for you.
pee potty.
Yeah.
Pee
So happy for you. Take your mic with you.
Go piss, girl.
Dan,
I'm gonna
you piss
pull the
real loud.
entire.
Yeah, bring the whole rig.
I've got XLRs are like running through the fucking skeleton of this desk. I just drag the entire fucking corner.
He's like lined the walls with cord just to make the microphone stretch.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right, Lily. Because I hate myself, I decided I loved the original Gears of War trilogy. Right?
Yeah.
Remember those games you ever played?
The remake?
So I haven't played the remake, but I never played. I guess they made a 4 and a 5, and so it's like I'll see what this Gearsman did, and 4 sucks. But there was a scene. There's a scene where Marcus Phoenix, he does the fucking snake thing where he ties his bandana. And I'm like, I swear to God, you can't wear a goddamn bandana in this day and age without getting compared to Solid Snake.
I think there is a fair argument to be made that we could just like sneak in a Gears of War game here and there and not talk about, like not mention it.
100%.
Yeah.
You're like, what do you mean? Yeah, Gear.
Yeah,
it's
Metal
in
Gear.
the name.
Gear,
like, do you not know this is part of the same universe? The Gears of War franchise is ghostwritten by Kojima.
I heard Edie cry.
Oh,
He's
that was a
beeping,
loud
too.
cry.
He's like on alert now.
Yeah,
he got like his fucking dick in his hand. Like no.
I hope all this stays in.
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to pee, but I'm gonna grab a thing.
I have no idea what you said, but Godspeed wherever you're going.
I'm gonna go get another cough drop if I've got it.
We heard crying.
Oh no, that's just Edith. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We beat her.
We heard crying. Oh, that's just Edith.
Yeah. No, that's actually Kristen's just openly weeping.
Oh my God.
No, I should be fine.
That'd be insane.
Man, I thought it was just gonna purely be lemonade, but I ended up making iced tea.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I don't like that.
A little wet brown. Just make him brown.
What can wet brown do for you?
Some wet brown.
Oh my God.
All right, and we're back.
Really quick. Sorry, not quite yet. The stuff, what we were talking about in the little gap, please find a way to keep that in.
Okay,
Good stuff. It's good content.
Sounds like a post credits moment.
Yeah, probably.
Nice. All right, and scene.